Your life is on an absolute heater. You've got a bright future ahead of you, and then bam, you're dead. No warranty, no refund, just straight to the game over screen. That's exactly what hit our boy Manon when a bright red text box flickered in front of his fading vision. He's staring at it, thinking, no way, man. I haven't even finished my data plan for the month. This is some straight-up R-ing nonsense. But reality doesn't care about your data plan. Fresh blood starts geysering out of his chest, and Manon hits the pavement hard. In his final, desperate moments, his internal monologue is pure gold. Am I really checking out like this? Such a meaningless death? At least let me take a decent selfie for the gram first. He tries to crawl away, fingers scraping against the concrete, heart screaming that he can't accept this glitch in his life's matrix. Suddenly, a notification pings in his brain-loading world game. You know that feeling when you're trying to run a high-end game on a potato pea and it takes a literal eternity? Yeah, that's exactly what happens. The clock rewinds 3 hours. Menon's eyes snap open. He's back in his seat, alive and kicking. Currently, he's just a college student trying to survive student loans, but he's also a low-key famous horror game streamer. He rubs his eyes, heart still hammering against his ribs. World game? Was that a dream? Or am I finally losing it from editing videos until 4 a.m.? Maybe I just need to cut back on the caffeine, he mutters. Sitting across from him is a game promoter who looks like she's about to lose her patience. Mr. Manon, are you good? You look like a flat tire, she says, not holding back. Manon tries to play it cool. My bad, just pulled an all-nighter, too much Red Bull. The promoter doesn't care about his sleep schedule. She slides a folder across the table. Look, time is money, and I'm broke. Here's the deal. Our platform wants to invite you to a real-life game. Manon raises an eyebrow. A real-life game? Does that come with a monthly subscription fee, or do I still have to pay my electric bill? He opens the folder, and it's like a gamer's fever dream. Real living beings used as health bars. Massive multiplayer online. Infinite dungeons. Real-world simulation. Global player rankings. It's a high-stakes, cracked-out trial waiting for him to hit start. Manon looks at the stats and thinks, what kind of garbage lore is this? Is there zero logic in this world? He closes the folder and gives her the cold shoulder. I'm out. Not interested. The promoter takes a sip of her water, totally unfazed. Think about it, dude. It's a chance to chill for free. Manon stands up, ready to bolt. Sorry, I've got zero interest in being your beta tester. If that's all, I'm heading out. As he walks away, she drops a warning that chills him to the bone. You sure about that path you're walking? If that's your choice, I bet you'll be back soon. Like a customer who swears they're never coming back to Taco Bell but shows up at midnight anyway. Leaving the coffee shop, Menon's fuming. What a waste of time. I thought this was a sponsorship deal with actual bucks involved, not some weird ARG recruitment. No bag, just a headache. He checks his phone. It's Tom 28's birthday tonight. Well, I've got nothing better to do. Might as well head over early and snag some free food. At least that's a win. He waves down an Uber, but as he's waiting, that haunting notification pings again, loading world game. Menon clutches his head. It's like a low battery alarm that won't shut up. He's shaking now, looking around like a paranoid noob in a PvP zone. Is this a psychological glitch or some supernatural phenomenon? He tries to reason with himself. This is a world of science and tech, man. Don't start talking about magic, or people are going to think I've finally lost my marbles. He hops into a beat-up Toyota Camry. The radio is buzzing with the morning news. In a wild update from the Keio Thursday Science Institute, surgeons are claiming that dual heart surgery is entering an experimental phase. They're saying 2 hearts could potentially extend human life indefinitely. But hey, don't try this at home with a kitchen knife, folks. Menon's brain starts spinning. Dual hearts? Why is something that sounds like a biohazard being broadcast on the public airwaves? He thinks about the ethics of it. 1 heart, 1 life. That's the rule. If you start stealing hearts to stay alive, the whole social structure collapses. Imagine someone with 4 hearts, how many times would that guy fall in love? Or how many times would he have to pay for a breakup? The Uber pulls up to a suburban apartment complex. That'll be $12, man. If you don't have cash, just Venmo me, the driver grunts. Menon shakes off the weird vibes. I'm overthinking. Who cares about 2 hearts? I just need to stop being a shut-in. He rings the bell of a small, cozy apartment. Tom Tuitt opens the door with a smile that could melt a glacier. She was the prom queen back in high school, the kind of girl where slow-motion music should play whenever she enters a room. Menon, you're actually here. Get in, I thought you got lost or something, she chirps. Menon steps inside and feels a bit awkward. Am I the first one? Is the party canceled, or am I just that guy who shows up way too early? He catches a scent in the air. It's not birthday cake. It's incense, like someone's trying to ward off spirits. My cousin Lana is in the kitchen whipping up some food. The rest of the squad is probably lagging as usual, Tom says. Lana pops her head out, holding a ladle like a weapon. Tuitt, keep him entertained. If this food burns, it's on you. Menon gives a polite nod, but his mind is racing back to high school. There were always rumors that the prom queen had a secret crush on him. If that were true, why was he still single and drowning in student debt? His luck couldn't be that bad, right? Tom turns to him, her eyes serious for a second. So, Menon, what's the move after graduation? He shrugs. I don't know. Maybe become a freelancer? Basically a fancy word for chilling at home and playing games. She looks confused. Then why major in psychology? No deep reason, honestly, Menon admits. I looked online and everyone was like economics, runaway, and construction. Don't do it. Psychology didn't have a runaway tag. Plus, I like the idea of peace of mind and maybe knowing how to mess with people's heads a little, Tom laughs. You're such a weirdo, Menon. And you? He asks. What's your dream? Her face falls. I want to see the ocean. Menon blinks. The ocean? Just buy a train ticket, girl. It's not that deep. I've never been able to go far from home, she whispers. It's just a dream. Maybe I'll open a design studio, fix some buttons, sew some clothes, or maybe I'll be a reporter and uncover the truths that are written in blood and tears. I just want to really live, you know? Menon feels a lump in his throat. Tom, before he can get all sentimental, she cuts him off. Forget all that. Try this bread I made. It's not poisoned, I swear. Menon takes a bite, relieved to break the tension. Then I gotta try it. I'm starving anyway. He tells himself he needs to lighten the mood before they both start crying over student loans and unfulfilled dreams. Wow, this is actually fire, Tom. You should have been a chef instead of a reporter. Then, suddenly the world glitches. Menon freezes. His face goes pale. It feels like someone just yanked the Wi-Fi plug on his soul. He collapses into Tom's arms, his vision blurring. Tom, what did you put in the bread? She leans into his ear, her voice a terrifying whisper. I'm sorry, but I had to. She pulls out a strange spray bottle. The truth is, I really like you, but the way I like you is a little intense. Menon is paralyzed. His whole body is numb. Is it the bread? Is it his curse-starring life? Tom sprays something in his face. Stay with me forever, like we're glued together. Wait, I didn't even get any cake, Menon groans. Tom pulls out a surgical knife, aiming straight for his chest. This isn't a romance, it's a horror flick. The notification screams World Game officially started. Player detected, failed at novice level. Rank 0. Opening ceremony entry. 1 billion players. Unknown error. Return suspended. You are dead. Would you like to reload a save file, or say peace out permanently? Menon's body starts deconstructing into digital data. So, I'm actually dead? Is this heaven, hell, or just some budget simulation? He remembers Tom's betrayal. The world game is real. He's trapped in a nightmare. Please select a save file. Save 1, the road at noon. Save 2, Tom Tuet's room in the evening. Menon's mind reels. Save files? If only I had these during finals week, he thinks back. At noon, he heard the voice. That's where it all started. If he clicks this, can he change his fate? He hits save 1. The world swirls into a data vortex. He snaps his eyes open. I'm back. It worked. Information floods his brain. 1. You're in the world game trial phase. 2. Objective, survive. 3. Hint mechanism activated. Possible endings, happy ending, Angel's heart. Realistic ending, Angel's heart. Realistic ending, she disappears. Normal ending, the person with 2 hearts. These sound like titles for a crappy Netflix series, Menon thinks. But he has no choice. He has to play the game to stay alive. He's back at the table with Tom. She looks at him, concerned. You okay? You look like you've seen a ghost. Have some snacks. I made them myself. No poison, I promise. A notification pops up. Clue found. An odd bulge. Menon notices a bump under Tom's skirt. Is it a pet rat? A weapon? Progress? 10%? Menon stands up abruptly. I gotta hit the bathroom. Stomach's doing backflips. He knows those snacks are drugged. He knows Tom's hiding that spray bottle. He needs a plan. In the hallway, he spots a white lab coat. Clue found. Deputy Director of Keogh Institute, Lou Lana, in charge of dual heart surgery. Progress, 20%. He sneaks closer and catches a whiff of something chemical. Clue found. Formalin. Progress, 30%. Why is there a body-preserving solution in a prom queen's apartment? Menon locks himself in the bathroom. He looks at the window. 2nd floor. He might break a leg, but it's better than losing a heart. He climbs onto the toilet to reach the window and hears a hollow sound behind the tiles. He pushes, and a secret compartment opens. It's a mini-hospital, anesthetics, scalpels, and a medical report. Patient, Tom Tuet. Condition, terminal. Chemotherapy abandoned. The pieces click. Tom is dying. She's using Lena to perform an illegal dual heart surgery to save herself. And Menon, he's the lucky donor. Am I really just a sacrifice for a high school crush? Menon realizes the scent in the living room was the same. He's in a slaughterhouse. The door bursts open. Tom and Lana are there. I didn't think you'd be such a good detective, Menon, Tom says sadly. Lana raises a knife. We're out of time. Do it before he screams. Menon fades out again. Not again, please. Reload. He's back at the coffee shop. The Uber driver is staring at him. You want the ride or not, bro? A text from Tom pings. Don't forget the party. Cake is waiting. Menon's eyes turn cold. Forget the party. I'm going home to gear up. If this is a dungeon, I'm going to speedrun it. Back at his place, he realizes Tom was the only one who invited him. It was a targeted hit, but he's ready now. A knock at the door. Through the peephole, there she is. Open up, Menon. Surprise. He opens the door. Tom walks in, playing the innocent girl. You made me wait so long. My legs are killing me. Sorry, Menon says, voice like ice. I was busy cooking. Try this bread, Tom. I made it just for you. Tom is stunned. Coffee bread? It looks just like the ones I make. She tries to decline. I'm not really hungry. You're gonna eat it, Menon says, stepping closer, unless you want my hard work to go to waste. She takes a nervous sip of coffee. Why are you looking at me like I'm an alien, Menon? I was just wondering, Menon smirks. How are you gonna pull that spray bottle out from under your skirt when both your hands are busy holding that cup? You got a third arm or something. The cup shatters on the floor. Tom's face goes white. Before she can react, Menon has a kitchen knife at her throat. Don't move, or we're gonna have a different kind of cake cutting ceremony. Tom starts sobbing. I don't know what you're talking about. I just wanted to celebrate my birthday. She starts to get woozy. Menon drug the coffee. Where's Lana? Menon growls. Tell me where your partner is before things get messy. Tom's eyes flutter. The real game has just begun. What's the deal, brother Menon? I literally have no clue what you're talking about, she chirped, tilting her head like she was auditioning for a rom-com. I'm all alone at home, totally bored. Menon didn't even blink. He leaned in, his voice dropping to a cold, jagged edge. Cut the crap. I've checked the entire class. Not one person got an invite. There's no birthday party, Tam. So, let's try this again. What's your real motive? Now, look, our boy Menon has basically done a PhD in detective work. Trying to pull a fast one on him isn't just hard, it's a straight-up suicide mission. Tam 28 realized the jig was up, but instead of folding, she decided to play the ultimate trump card. She pouted her lips, did the whole prom queen flutter with her eyelashes, and whispered, Oh, you caught me. Fine. The truth is, I've always liked you, Menon. Are you kidding me right now? She got caught red-handed in a lie and immediately pulled the I love you card. Talk about being a pro at the drama game. But Menon, he doesn't have time for a high school crush. He's all about that no romance, only damage lifestyle. Without a word, his blade flashed. It was one clean, ruthless strike. No hesitation, no dramatic monologue, just pure, unadulterated efficiency. Ping. The notification started screaming in his ear like an annoying alarm clock. Hey P200 critical damage. You have killed Tam 28, human. Oxby 20. Huanin, Menon looked down at the blood staining his blade, a faint, chilling smirk playing on his lips. If you wanted to stay by my side so bad, he muttered to the corpse, you should have realized I only keep company with the dead. Talk about a savage mic drop, but the peace didn't last long. A voice started pounding on the door outside, frantic and loud. Tam Toot, Tam, are you in there? Open up. Menon didn't panic. He reached down, rummaged through Tam's skirt pocket, and pulled out an anesthetic spray. He knew exactly who was outside. It was Luana, and she sounded like she was about to break the door down. Tam Toot, answer me. Menon waited. He timed it perfectly. The second the door cracked open and Luana's head popped in, he didn't say hello. He didn't wave. He just blasted her right in the face with the spray, like he was hitting a giant mosquito with Raid. Luana crumpled to the floor, her eyes wide with shock as the world started to spin. You, why are you here? She stammered, her tongue feeling like lead. You're not gonna hurt me, right? Oh, honey, if Menon is standing over you with a blank stare, the game is already over. He didn't waste a single syllable. He leaned down and finished the job as easily as taking out the trash. You're overthinking it, he whispered. It's just one more stab. As she slumped over, Menon actually looked a little annoyed. What a trashy drama that was, he sighed, wiping his blade. At least this time, I'm the one who survived. Suddenly, a system notification flashed bright blue in his vision. Congratulations on a perfect clear. Menon took a deep breath, the adrenaline finally starting to ebb. Is it finally over? He asked the empty room. The screen flickered. World story ending. True ending achieved. The girl who vanished success. Note, newbie dungeon progress is minor. Official dungeon worlds will be significantly larger. Menon froze. His brain did a literal reboot. Wait, what do you mean minor? Before he could even process the fact that he'd just finished a tutorial, the world dissolved. He was yanked through space and time, landing in a desolate, gray void. Around him, other people started appearing, looking just as confused and terrified as he felt. Then, a voice boomed through the silence, creepy, cheerful, and totally wrong. Everyone is finally here. Welcome, one and all, to the world game. A mysterious figure stepped out of the shadows. He looked weird. Hello, everyone. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, let me introduce myself. You can call me Boss Rabbit. Boss Rabbit? Seriously? The name sounds like something out of a Saturday morning cartoon, but this guy was clearly the villain of everyone's life story. It's a huge honor to be your game administrator, the rabbit chirped. Right now, it's 3:30 p.m. on September 30, 2020. 3 hours ago, the newbie personal dungeons officially kicked off. Congrats to the chosen ones. You've been given a chance to change your fate. Out of the billions on your planet, only 1 billion players remain. Time on planet D has been frozen. Forever. Think about that for a second. No more school, no more 9 to 5 grind, no more worrying about rent or college debt. It's just non-stop gaming. But with 1 billion players, the competition is insane. This makes getting into an Ivy League school look like a walk in the park. Remember, Boss Rabbit continued, his tone turning dark, even though this looks like a game, it's not a joke. If you die in here, you die for real. The crowd was paralyzed. No one could move, no one could scream. It was like some higher power had just hit the mute button on humanity. Minan grit his teeth. What is this? An alien prank? Some god-tier experiment? Whatever it was, their lives were now officially in the hands of a homicidal bunny. Suddenly, a massive circle of light erupted in the center of the void. Boss Rabbit announced that for the sake of game balance, all the elderly players had their physical stats adjusted to middle age. Even the disabled players got a compensation buff to make things fair. I guess the system has a weird sense of fair play, making sure everyone is healthy enough to get slaughtered equally. The world game will last for 1 year, the rabbit explained. You'll hop through different worlds, complete missions, and earn points. Your rank at the end determines what you can take back to Planet D. Then, the leaderboards flashed on a giant floating screen. 1. Minan 40 points, ranks 2. Longan 128 points, ranks 3. Deep Long then 177 points, rank S. Our boy Minan is the valedictorian of death. He might not have been as straight a student in high school, but in the game of survival, he's the undisputed GOAT. But then, the rabbit dropped a weird twist. To enhance the viewer experience, dying doesn't mean it's game over forever. You can come back as observers in the God Lord space. You can watch others continue their adventure, write guides, or just entertain the audience. You can even restart your progress if you're brave enough. Wait, so if you die, you basically become a streamer or a gaming commentator. The system literally has a career counseling department for the deceased. Players can choose to live stream their adventures for bonus rewards, Boss Rabbit added. But be warned, if the total global score is too low, everyone gets deleted. Your fate is in your own hands. Good luck. The silence broke. Panic hit the crowd like a wave. What the hell is this? Is this a dream? Someone wake me up. I'm gonna be a tool for someone's entertainment? That's insulting. While everyone else was having a midlife crisis, Minan was just chilling. He was probably thinking, hey, at least I don't have to worry about student loans anymore. Boss Rabbit cleared his throat. Now for the results of the newbie level. This was a test of raw physical fitness and natural combat ability. Out of 11 million participants in this sector, only 27 reached rank A, only 17 reached rank S, and only 1 human achieved rank S. The crowd went quiet. Please give a massive round of applause for our first ever S ranker. Come up and give us a speech, Minan realized with a jolt that he was the one they were talking about. But as he walked toward the stage, he noticed something weird. No one was looking at him. It was like he was invisible. A strange black light seemed to be shrouding him, separating him from the rest of the world. Boss Rabbit chuckled. Our number 1 is definitely not simple. Don't be shy, man. Tell the players how you feel about the rewards. Don't worry about the language barrier. We've got instant translation. Minan took the mic. He could tell his voice was being distorted, masked so he wouldn't become an immediate target for every salty player in the world. Smart move. He took a breath and looked out at the sea of faces. The world game, the God Lord space. It's crazy to think the fate of humanity is tied to a game. But if we can't escape and we have no other choice, then we survival, we fight, we win. Short, sweet, and absolutely cracked. Ping. Achievement unlocked. Endless horizon reached 1 billion people. 40 achievement points. Title gained. Top ranker of the newbie level. 40 honor points. Boss Rabbit clapped his tiny paws. Perfect. Spoken like a true champion. Enjoy your life. Enjoy the game. And with that, the welcoming ceremony is over. Your first destination, the apocalyptic world. The sky turned pitch black. World 1, apocalyptic world. System note, this world will be mirrored into 50,000 instances. 20,000 players per world. Player, Minan, B, 3030 title, head of the newbie level HP, 500 strength, 511 agility, 511 spirit, 10 luck, E-luck ranky. Are you kidding me? Minan's luck is basically a soggy burger, it could fall apart at any second. Suddenly, Minan opened his eyes and found himself in a cramped, cold jail cell. Across from him, some dude was losing his mind, slamming his fists against the iron bars. Damn it, why are we in a cell? We're locked up from the jump. Another guy, wearing glasses and looking like a total nerd, sighed. This is a terrible start. We don't even know the time period of this world yet. We're flying blind. 2 girls in the corner were huddled together, shaking like leaves. Minan did a quick count, 6 people total. Small team mode, he leaned against the wall watching them. Ping! Skill acquisition phase starting. Since player has S rank, probability of high-grade skills is increased. Cost per draw, 120 points. Minan didn't hesitate. He dropped the bucks. Gained epic potential skill, red grade clone description, create a clone with 1/3 of your power. Clone power scales with original body. If it dies, power returns to you. Can self-destruct. But he wasn't done. My starting power is too low, he thought. I need more. He burned his remaining points, gained advanced potential skill, sky blue grade annihilation description, anything you touch melts into destructive energy. Power scales with mana, 1 strength, 1 spirit, new passive skill, spirit resistance, L1 and combat score, 18-8. While Minan was becoming a literal god, the guy in the glasses was trying to act like a leader. Listen up, my combat power is 86, which is definitely the highest here. Since we're stuck, we should introduce ourselves. I'll be the strategist. A tall guy nodded, patting the nerd on the back. Yeah, man, you're the brains, I'm the brawn. Lead the way. The nerd felt a rush of ego. No problem, I'll do my best to save you all. Meanwhile, Meenan just walked over to the bars. Hey, didn't you hear the strategist? The tall guy barked. Don't go wandering off. Meenan didn't even turn around. He reached out, his hand glowing with a faint, terrifying light. Sizzle. The iron lock melted like a popsicle in the sun. He kicked the door open and strolled out into the hallway like he owned the place. The group stood there, jaws on the floor. Did he just melt the lock with his bare hands? Meenan ignored them, heading down a pitch-black corridor. Ping, world name, Apocalypse. Location, City X. Basic mission, survive 5 days. Advanced mission, find the cure. Perfect clear, discover the secret of the outbreak. Time until outbreak, 5 days. Minan checked his gear. He had a 1 cubic meter backpack space. He found 2 flashlights and tucked them away. Gotta hoard everything, he muttered. Suddenly, a shadow flickered. A girl with a sharp blade lunged at him from the dark. Minan dodged with ease, his hand catching her wrist and twisting until the blade clattered to the floor. You want to kill me? He asked, his voice bored. If you're going to go for the throat, you got to be more decisive than that. The girl, whose name was Nioka, gasped and scrambled back. Just then, a TV in the hallway flickered to life with static. A news anchor appeared, looking stressed. The strange disease from last year has been controlled. Scientists say mushroom extracts are the key to a vaccine. Please, stay calm and trust the government. Mushroom extracts, Minan mused, staring at the screen. How long are you going to watch TV? Nioka snapped, trying to regain her dignity. As long as I want, Minan replied. But hey, the government is saying trust us. That's usually the universal sign to start running. He handed one of his flashlights to Nioka. You're the only one brave enough to follow me out of that cell. You're not as dumb as you look. Is this for me? She asked, surprised. I could kill you with this. Try it, Minan smirked. They started scouting. Item discovered, empty test tube, broken wooden rack, clue found. Suddenly, Nioka stumbled. Something was pulling her into the darkness. Help, something's got me! Minan grabbed her hand, pulling her back. You really want to see what's pulling you? Brace yourself? Brace myself? What are you? She stopped, her face going pale. In the beam of the flashlight, a massive corpse lay on the floor, completely covered in pulsating gray mushrooms. It was the most disgusting thing she'd ever seen. She let out a scream that probably woke up the dead. Minan leaned in closer. So the mushrooms are the cure and the cause. Interesting. Nioka was shaking. Can we go now? Minan noticed a bloody handprint on the wall. Wait, close your eyes. What? Why? Just do it. Trust me. You don't want to see what's coming next. He clicked off the flashlight. The darkness was absolute. Then, a chilling, high-pitched giggle echoed through the hall. A ghost of a child appeared right next to Nioka, whispering in her ear. This girl, do you like picking mushrooms? Nioka nearly jumped out of her skin. Minan clicked the light back on, and the ghost vanished. What was that? She gasped. Who knows? Minan shrugged. But it looks like the light is the trigger for this trial. You're free to go now. Nioka bolted for the exit. I'm not usually like this. I'm just not a fan of ghosts. But I'm a great fighter, I swear. Ping, player Ganyuoka has sent you a friend request. She paused at the door. What about you? You coming? I've got more work to do, Minan said, turning back to the corpse. Goodbye. You saved me, she whispered. If you want to team up later, I wouldn't hate it. As she left, the system updated, players remaining, 140, 65, 8 63, 2, 63, 2. Minan sat by the mushroom-covered body and started his investigation. Clue recorded. 30 exploration points. You were nearing the truth. He grabbed a test tube of the strange liquid and walked out into the morning sun. The city looked normal, but he knew better. World Game Day 2. Players remaining, 909 Dine 536T 85. Minan sat on a park bench, eating a piece of cheap prepackaged bread. Low-quality bread. Only students and broke people eat this stuff, he grumbled. He'd spent the morning scouting. The city was fine, but the prices were sky-high. Except for mushrooms. Mushrooms were dirt cheap. It doesn't make sense, Minan thought. If mushrooms are the cure, they should be sold out. Instead, they're everywhere. The game is trying to force us. We either buy the cure or we starve. And since we don't have much money, we're going to have to start looting. Suddenly, his phone buzzed, a video call from Nioka. I'll get straight to the point, she said, looking frustrated. You've noticed the money problem, right? What's the plan, mastermind? Minan took a bite of his dry bread. Exactly what you see. Eating trash bread and sleeping in a park? That's your grand strategy? Minan laughed, a cold, dark sound. You overrate me, Nioka. I'm just a student trying to get by. Men are such liars, she huffed, but Minan wasn't lying. He was just waiting for the world to burn so he could be the one holding the matches. The park isn't safe anymore, period. I've already spotted a few groups of bottom feeders lurking in the shadows, 6-man squads that have been sticking together since day one. Their entire strategy? Camp out and jump solo players to jack their food and cash. These clowns really think this apocalypse is some kind of Ludo-Rama sweepstakes. Minan just stood there, cool as a cucumber, and muttered, "Exactly what I expected." Nyoka looked at him like he'd grown a second head. "Wait, so you're not planning on moving? You're just going to stay here and wait to get jumped?" Minan sighed, and trust me, it was the sigh of a man who's felt the crushing weight of a $0 bank balance. "Look, I'd love to book a suite at the Hilton, but I'm flat broke. My pockets are so empty they're echoing." Seriously, if a mouse moved into this guy's wallet, it would die of loneliness. Right then, a system notification popped up. "Your friend Ganyuka is requesting your current location," she says. "Yo, I just flipped the dagger for some serious profit, and I've got some extra bucks. Where you at? I'm coming to bail you out." But Minan is built different. He shut that down immediately. "No thanks. I already figured out how to make bank." Deep down, he was thinking, damn, this girl actually knows how to pay back a favor. I might have pissed her off before, but she's actually a real one. Man is out here hand-delivering character certificates while the world burns. But the second Minan let his guard down, bam. A figure lunged out of the darkness. Nyoka screamed, "Watch out!" But it was too late to dodge. The system chimed in with the bad news. Female arrow pellet attack. Critical hit on weak point. Full power strike. Talk about bad timing. He was just finishing his mental compliment, and the universe decided to hand him a participation trophy in the form of a concussion. Cut to a secret base later that night. Some lackey runs up to the boss and reports, "Yo, big boss, that kid finally woke up." The boss didn't even look up. "Bring him here." I check, a guy who looked like he'd been chilling in a freezer cold as ice pointed at a dude named a Wong. "Wong, go get him." Minan just waved his hands around like he was at a VIP meet and greet. No, don't worry about it. I'll walk myself over. The swagger on this kid. He's literally being kidnapped, and he's acting like he's being escorted to the front of the line at a club. Internal monologue time. Honestly, I'm only here to rob you guys anyway, so I might as well get a guided tour of the place so I don't miss any loot. The big boss actually laughed. I didn't expect anyone to be this cooperative. Usually they scream and fight until they're half dead. This is weird, his lackey sneered. Don't overthink it, boss. In the end, they all cry for their mamas and Venmo us their points anyway. It doesn't matter. Yeah, everyone's a gangsta until the points start disappearing and you realize you can't pay for your next meal. As the lackey finished talking, the big boss cheered and raised his glass. Fact, keep the drinks coming. Meanwhile, they're dragging Minan into the guts of the prison. The system pings him with a temporary mission. Escape this joint. Bonus points based on performance. Description, the world is ending, and instead of teaming up, players are out here acting like savages. Seeing this heart-wrenching scene, what do you choose, Salvation or Breaking Bad? The system is getting real philosophical all of a sudden, like a midterm ethics exam. Wong looked at Minan, and you could just see the saltiness rising. This kid looks too happy. He's got that main character energy, like he was definitely the prom king who everyone loved. And I hate people like that. Man is giving off major angry backbencher vibes. Minan noticed the stare and decided to break the ice. "You look about my age, man. Honestly, turning the tables in a mess like this and going from prey to predator? Kind of impressive." Minan kept the act going. "A few minutes ago, I tried to join a 6-man squad, but they ditched me. I was alone, exhausted, and starving. I didn't know what the hell to do." Minan deserves an Oscar for this. He's selling the poor, helpless victim act so hard he could probably get a GoFundMe started in 5 minutes. Wong actually softened up. "Look, I'm not some big shot. These guys bully me too." He sighed and carefully cracked open a dungeon door. Minan took a quick look around. The place was packed with prey, players the big boss was using as human atoms. He turned to Wong and said, "You know, this game needs brains and brawn. But some idiots think they can just flex their muscles and control everything. It's honestly not fair." Wong got annoyed and shoved him into a cell. "Stop talking. Flattery isn't going to get you a discount, unless..." Wong tried to act tough. "Unless you just cash at me your points right now. Then I won't have to lock you up and wait for them to finish their drinks so they can come down here and beat the crap out of you. This game is trash, man. When does it end? My parents, I don't even know if they're eating or someone's messing with them." Minan's face went cold. "The people you're torturing right now, they're someone's parents too. Ouch, emotional damage, straight to the heart." Wong started grinding his teeth, looking super uncomfortable. I didn't want to be like this. I don't want to kill people. It's the game's fault." Minan stepped closer, a terrifying smile on his face. "It's okay. It doesn't matter anymore, because you're not built for this game anyway." Before the words even finished hanging in the air, Minan aimed right for his forehead and pulled the trigger. Annihilation. Wong dropped like a sack of potatoes. System check. HP minus 500 fatal wound. Just like that, Wong's out of the lobby. Minan grabbed Wong's iron rod. System. You killed player Wong Wong. XPP 0. This was a non-competitive instance, so no rewards. Minen was salty. 0 points? Seriously? This game really isn't incentivizing player killing right now. Getting 0 rewards for a kill feels like working a double shift and finding out it was all volunteer hours. He checked the loot anyway. Obtained rusted iron rod. It's trash, can't even be used for crafting anymore, but if it's covered in blood, it's a decent persuasion tool. Obtained fancy watch strap. Apparently a birthday gift from Wong's parents. The system valued it at 5 points. Better than nothing, I guess. Minen is basically a scavenger at this point, picking up anything that isn't bolted down. Suddenly, a light flashed and the rod vanished into his inventory. From the next cell over, a guy started begging. Please, man, get us out of here. I'm terrified. Minen didn't even look back. The doors aren't even locked anymore, dude. You can leave whenever you want. This is the apocalypse, not a Disney movie. If you want to live, trust yourself, not me. I mean, what does he expect? Minen to carry him out in a piggyback ride. Get it together, man. Minen turned and walked away. I'm here to rob the robbers, not run a non-profit for strangers. The guy in the cell collapsed in despair. Maybe we should just wait. Wait for him to kill everyone else, then we'll sneak out. You're right. He's a killer. He's not a good guy either. He's just a teenager, but he's so ruthless. Typical. They won't fight for themselves, but they'll talk trash about the guy who actually stood up. A little kid in her arms started crying, Mommy, I'm scared. A guy named Lou Thursday stood up silently. The woman hissed at him, Hey, don't go. That kid is dangerous, Lou snapped. Shut up, you don't have the guts to fight the bad guys, but you're the first to blame the people who won't play hero for you. It's disgusting. Lou Thursday just roasted the entire room. Facts. If you want to survive, you need spine, not just opinions. A few minutes later, Minan popped up right in front of the robber squad. He looked at them with pure disappointment. Man, I thought you guys would have a huge haul, but I looked around and you've got nothing. I'm honestly let down. It's like he's complaining about bad room service and haunted hotel. One of the thugs jumped up. Yo, kid, what are you yapping about? How did that trash Wong let you get out? Let me handle this. The lead thug stopped him, his face grim. Wait, Wong isn't back. Did you kill him? That loser. Good riddance, honestly. He was just dead weight. You actually did us a favor by trimming the fat. Talk about toxic team culture. Their teammate dies and they're basically throwing a party. Their heart apartment must be a nightmare. The leader stepped up and aimed a gun right at Minan's head. Listen, kid, you killed one of mine, and you still have the balls to walk up to us? You must have gotten a lot of points from your first mission. Maybe you learned a flashy skill and think you're op, but you're naive. You think a skill can stop a bullet? He pulled the trigger. Minen hit the floor instantly. But wait, it was just a clone. The leader laughed. What? Not dead yet? Any last words? Suddenly, Minen appeared right behind him, whispering, I've got plenty. It was like a scene straight out of a horror movie. The leader screamed. What the? Minen said calmly. The times have changed, old man. Level 1 clone, self-destruct. Obtained, broken handgun. A basic weapon with some value. Can be fixed by a mechanical engineer. Recovery price, 15 points. Every time a clone pops, it's like a mental flashbang. It causes serious mental trauma. He realized he needs to stop using the suicide bomber clone move unless it's absolutely necessary, or his brain is going to turn into mush. The remaining robbers started panicking. Wait, stop, don't kill us, you won't get any points. Yeah, spare us, we'll Venmo you all our points, everything, Minan smirked. Oh, so that's the deal. You torture players for points. But trading points requires close contact, doesn't it? One of them nodded frantically. Yeah, just come closer, we'll transfer it all. But in his head, he was plotting, the second this kid gets close. I'm gonna cave his skull in with my club. He used his clone skill already, he can't do it again. Minan didn't move an inch. Nah, I'm done wasting breath on you guys. Peace out. As he spoke, another clone walked toward them. It grabbed the two idiots before they even realized what was happening. Level 1 clone, gone. A massive explosion rocked the room, and the two robbers were deleted from existence. Happy 4th of July, boys. System notification. Obtained, crudely made protective armor. Polished iron rod. 4-leaf clover bracelet. The armor was basically garbage. The description literally said, quality is trash. Might protect you from a cat scratch. Defense? 3. Wow, thanks, I guess. Might as well wear a cardboard box. The rod was better, a white grade weapon that could actually crack skulls. But the bracelet? That was the real kicker. Vanity grade. Description. A bracelet with 0 effect. A loser is always a loser. Wearing this won't change your luck. Luck, playable 5. Even the system is out here roasting people. The disrespect is real. Minen found a guide map and a virtual box. A map of the City X Central Hospital. That's a massive find for exploration. Suddenly, a guy hidden behind a wall threw a chair and tried to bolt. But before he could get far, a blurry figure appeared in his path. It was Lou Thursday. He flicked his finger and a red butterfly fluttered out. In a split second, that butterfly did enough damage to end the thief's whole career. Minen was floored. Insect control. And a single hit that deals that much damage? This guy is cracked. If he's this strong, how did they even catch him? Is he here to loot too? Am I in trouble? Minen's brain was running at 100. Menflase summoned a praying mantis and chucked it toward Minen. Minen flinched, thinking he was under attack, but it just flew past him. A world update popped up. Current players 9098 543 8528I52. Time until apocalypse 4 days. Minen turned to Lou. You want to team up? Lou Thursday's response was cold. No. All right then. Goodbye. Talk about a pro-level rejection. Lou Thursday shut him down faster than a bad Tinder date. The system announced, temporary rank mission complete, escape the base. Rating, Sessional enemies neutralized, all prisoners survived. Points awarded, 50 Minan, checked his stats. Combat power, 2001-5. He realized that even though he was a top ranker, there were monsters like Lou Thursday out there who didn't even need points to be strong. Was he a hidden boss from some elite clan? Suddenly, his eyes met another figure. Minen gripped his iron rod. Another enemy? The person waved. It's me. Notification. Player Noyet has sent a friend request. Minen was confused. How did you even find me? She walked up, full of confidence. My luck stat is S tier, dude, she asked to join his party. Parties share XP and mission info. Minen hesitated, then remembered her. Noyet. We were in the same class in the real world. She's smart way better than Ganyuka as a partner. Plus, that luck buff is op. He checked her stats, name, Noyet, Habaf 100 mana, 100 combat power, 60. She handed him a scrap of paper she'd torn off a telephone pole. It was a recruitment ad for a nurse at a hospital in City X. Only outsiders need apply. This is definitely a setup, Minen muttered. Noyet agreed. It's our lead. Minen remembered back in high school how she always had a sixth sense for weird stuff. He filled her in on everything he'd seen. When he mentioned seeing mushrooms growing out of a corpse eating a bag of food, she turned pale. Wait, what are you eating? Minen asked. She gave a weak smile. Lion's Mane mushroom cookies. She immediately chucked the bag onto the ground. No way, it can't be. Minen nodded grimly. If my math is right, anyone who ate that cheap mushroom food is eventually going to turn into a mushroom-covered corpse. Noyet looked devastated. Minen, if I start to turn, please kill me before I transform. Then she turned around. Follow me. I found a place we can crash. They reached a house on the outskirts of town. We're here, she said. It was freezing outside, so they headed in. As they stepped inside, a candle flickered out. An old guy, old Wong, came out with a candle, looking way too happy. Oh, new guests! He offered them some 20-year-old wine. Try a cup, kid. You and the lady can have a perfect evening. He was sounding real creepy, like some low-budget horror movie villain. Minen shut it down. No thanks. We're just friends. Ignore him. Let's go, Minen whispered. This place feels like a black inn, a total trap. Downstairs, a group of young punks burst in, complaining about the city life and looking for cheap food. They were a robber team, 2-1 that had kicked out their own weak and elderly members to survive. They saw old Wong and thought, easy target. No relatives. Looks rich. Let's rob him blind. Old Wong brought out the wine. The scent filled the room. Try it, boys. It'll make you feel better. He gave a weird smile. My daughter moved away years ago. It's just me now. It's nice to have young people around. The punks were laughing behind his back, planning their move. Suddenly, one of them stumbled. My head, everything's spinning. Me too. The leader realized it too late. The smell. It's the wine. But it was over. The whole group collapsed. Old Wong just smirked. Didn't you want to taste my special vintage? New notification. Current players. 964, 580, 40 heady, 580. The numbers were dropping fast. Upstairs, Noyet was looking out the window. Something's wrong with this city. They say mushrooms are the cure, but they're so cheap. Maybe these aren't the cure at all. She turned to Minen. I smell blood. Remember what I told you about the lab? The mushrooms for the vaccine, they're grown on corpses, aren't they? Minen nodded. Exactly. They hire outsiders because we have no one to miss us. They trap us, plant mushrooms in our bodies, and sell them for profit. This whole city is just one giant graveyard. Man's greed is deadlier than any virus, he added. And then, in true legend fashion, Minen just fell asleep and started snoring. The world is a graveyard, and this man is taking a nap. Peak efficiency. Noyet was annoyed. How can you sleep right now? Knock. Young man, young lady, you want some drinks? You haven't eaten yet. Are you asleep? Old Wong was outside. Noyet smelled the blood. She peeked through the door crack. Where is he? Suddenly, Old Wong's face appeared right in the gap, grinning like a psycho. So you were in there, he burst in. But Minen was already up. Wham! Iron rod to the dome. If you're going to fight, do it properly. Stop trying to jump scare people. Happy minus 600, fatal wound. Old Wong was done. A mushroom sprouted out of a small bowl. Information, you found a piece of the truth. You found the antibody. Level up mission complete. Points will be converted after the world ends. Noyet, wrapped in a blanket, asked, Is that the vaccine mushroom? A vaccine made from people's lives. That's messed up. Minen looked at her. Why are you wrapped in a blanket like a burrito? Let's change rooms, she muttered. Someone died in here. I can't sleep with a corpse. I feel safe with you here, so I'm leaving the rest to you. Wake me when it's time to go. Night. Minan was speechless. This girl literally used him as a human shield, bodyguard, so she could get her beauty sleep. The next morning at City X Central Hospital, Noyet woke up feeling refreshed. Did anything happen last night? Minan stared at her. Yeah, just a casual murder in a secret room full of mushroom corpses. No biggie, they met the hospital director. You here for the jobs? Yes, they said in unison. Nothing like an apocalypse to make you appreciate a steady paycheck. They went to the director's house. It was awkward. His daughter, Dua Dua, was scratching the table and singing a creepy song about a girl carrying a basket of bones through a graveyard. She sounded like Annabelle's creepier little sister. The director seemed relieved. Good. Take care of my daughter. I'm leaving her in your hands. And then he bolted. He left his horror movie kid with them and ran like his hair was on fire. Noyet tried to be nice. We'll take good care of her, Minan. You had a rough night. I'll take the first shift, Minan agreed, and let her handle the dressing change. When Noye peeled back the bandages on the girl's neck, she gasped. Black and white spots. It wasn't a burn, it was the mushroom infection. Later they finished up. Nursing duty done, Noyet sighed. Minan told her, Good job. I found the record room. When the apocalypse starts, we'll use the chaos to break in. Noyet blinked. Wait, you were with me the whole time. How did you find it? Minan just activated his clone skill. Noyet's jaw dropped. Your skill is cloning? Were you the one talking to everyone on day one? She smiled and showed off. My skill is mental control. I can help you with your mental relief. Mental relief? I'm good. Let's just go back and rest. Back to the Black Inn? It's empty now. It's a perfect base. Minan realized she was actually pretty sharp. Current players 6/18, 57, 2028. In a dark alley, a little girl was screaming. A creep was cornering her, telling her he had a treasure to show her. She tried to run, but he wouldn't let her. Just play with me for a bit. A scream rang out. Blood splashed everywhere. Noyet woke up screaming, No! She was shaking. That dream again. No, it wasn't a dream. That actually happened when I was a kid. The only difference is I used a craft knife to carve that creep up. I went to juvie for it. That was the moment she realized she had prophetic dreams. Everything she dreams comes true. Except for one person. She looked at Minan. He's never in my dreams. Not once. Why can't I see his future? Minan woke up. Morning, she replied. What are you doing in my room? I had a nightmare, she said. Minan shrugged. Was it important? She hesitated. No, not really. Minan put on his jacket. Let's move. Record room time. Noyet followed him. Why today? Minan looked at his watch. Because it's Thursday. The apocalypse is scheduled to start today. The tension was so thick you could cut it with a chainsaw. Noet's face went pale, and I'm talking just saw my electric bill after a summer heat wave pale. She realized, with a soul-crushing jolt of fear, that a zombie was standing right behind Min. It was like that one uninvited guest who shows up to your dinner party and refuses to leave. Suddenly, the zombie lunged. But Min? Min is built different. He didn't even break a sweat. He swiped at it and deleted the monster in one hit, like he was swatting a mosquito that dared to buzz near his ear. He looked at the pile of dead pixel meat and deadpanned. Bro, if you're gonna try a sneak attack, maybe learn to shut up. It was like a pro gamer coaching a total noob at hide and seek. Immediately, the system notifications started popping off like a Black Friday sale. HP minus 305, weak point strike, full power strike, said plus 50. The system was screaming in his ear like it was hypecasting a grand final. Right then, another zombie let out a guttural growl and charged. Knew it didn't miss a beat. She reacted with frame-perfect timing, swinging her sword for a critical blow that was worth every penny of her training. AP minus 600. Exquisite strike, sharp full power strike, darkness suppression, but the party was just getting started. A massive wave of zombies started swarming toward them like a hill of angry ants after you drop a piece of cake. Min just smirked, looking like a Michelin-star chef about to taste his signature dish. He thought to himself, alright, a lot of these scrubs showed up, but I haven't even touched my attribute points or unlocked new skills yet. Every single point I've banked went straight into the sword. I'm telling you, this man spent his entire life savings on this one blade. But hey, when you see it in action, you get why. He whispered, You zombies could never understand the power of this carry. The sword started glowing with a blinding intensity, reflecting the winning grin on Min's face. With just a few clean slashes, he turned the zombie horde into literal confetti. It was like watching a high-speed blender turn veggies into a smoothie. He pulled up the information panel to check the stats. The name of this thing was a mouthful. Distant shore, single branch, blue-grade, evolvable, illusory, and real, and a shattered feudal dream. Seriously, the name is so long the zombies would die of old age before you finished reading it. The stats were cracked, though. Attack power 10 to 20, durability 18 out of 20. Requirement? You gotta be level 2 strength just to hold this bad boy. Its special attribute was the real kicker. It suppresses the ego of evil beings, and its frost touch ensures they never reincarnate. It's basically a one-way ticket to the game over screen with ice and dark suppression attributes. Meanwhile, Noet's combat power was flickering between 100 and 2000 like a trash Wi-Fi connection in a basement. She turned around, looking determined. Let's go, Min. I'm clearing the path. She started tearing through the remaining zombies like she was doing a deep clean of her apartment for a New Year's party. 10 minutes later, they hit the records room. She turned to Min, catching her breath. Min, did you find anything? Min held up a thick stack of papers. Yeah, check it out for yourself. The system chimed in, sounding as happy as an intern getting a surprise bonus. Clue file bag obtained. 10 exploration points awarded. Clue recorded in the clue list for anytime viewing. A photo popped up on the screen with a bunch of data. City X household registration. Daughter, Handine, Dine, and Tranlaman. Cause of death, domestic violence on August 1, 2024. The news hit Know It like a freight train. The director's daughter, the one we were looking after, Dua, she was all ready. Before she could finish that thought, a familiar voice echoed from the shadows behind them. Big bro, big sis. Know It jumped like she just experienced a jump scare in a 4K horror movie. She turned around, her voice shaking. That voice, is it? Out of nowhere? Dua appeared. But she looked rough, like she just walked off the set of a low-budget exorcism flick. The creepy little girl tilted her head and said, You guys found me after all. If that's the case, play a game with me. It's been so long since anyone wanted to play with Dua. Without another word, this kid pulled a full-on Superman leap. Min and Know It watched, totally stunned, as she landed perfectly on a high shelf and started singing a nursery rhyme about a little girl picking mushrooms. Min's face dropped. He looked like someone who just realized their DoorDash driver ate their pizza. Dua held a basket made of actual bones and kept singing. Min's eyes scanned the room and noticed something glitchy. Wait, those people, they're players. How are there other players in the records room? It looks like someone knocked them out. As the girl sang, the unconscious players started waking up like a collective morning alarm from hell. They were walking barefoot, totally entranced. Mushrooms started appearing in their hands, and they began shoving them into their mouths like they were starving. Dua swung her legs, singing about wandering through graveyards and hills. Min put the pieces together. They're only waking up because of that song. Talk about the world's worst lullaby. Know It gagged as the smell hit her. Those mushrooms, they smell like straight-up blood. A few seconds later, the players started breaking out in nasty rashes, their skin bubbling until they looked like they'd applied expired toxic waste instead of moisturizer. Min didn't wait for the transformation to finish. He grabbed Know It's hand and bolted. Let's move, he thought to himself. I'm not a movie villain. I'm not standing around waiting for the transformation sequence to finish. They sprinted down the hall, but Min's mind was racing. That kid is weird. There's no way we can take her down with our current martial stats. She's an absolute boss encounter. But the end was not on their side today. A massive swarm of zombies blocked the corridor, screaming like they were at a heavy metal concert. Min gritted his teeth. You gotta be kidding me. Was there a buy one, get one free sale on zombies in this hallway? Know It spotted a side room that wasn't blocked and pointed frantically. They dove inside and Min slammed the door shut. Close it quick, he yelled, sounding like your mom when a stray dog gets into the house. They heard the zombies thudding against the doors. They caught their breath. They realized they were in some kind of laboratory. Two zombies were standing there perfectly still, like they were playing a high-stakes game of mannequin challenge. Know It whispered, What are those two doing? Min just gave a cold smile and drew his weapon. I'll take the left one. You take the right. In a blur of motion, they both cracked the zombies over the head. They logged out permanently. No respawns for these guys. As they hit the floor, some weird syrup-like fluid started leaking out. Know It looked at the bodies and felt a chill. Min, why do their backs look so familiar? Min sighed. Because those are the director and his wife we met earlier. It's a full-on family reunion from hell. Then they found another corpse, but this one was covered in mushrooms. That's Dua's real body. If her body is here, then the girl we just saw is... Right on cue, the little girl phased through the wall, singing that haunting tune again. Blah, Dua, she gave them a wicked smirk. Oh, big bro and big sis, you did such a good job. She said it like she was handing them a gold star for effort. Min pointed at the two zombies on the floor. Those are your parents. The girl didn't even blink. Doesn't matter. She started her monologue. When Dad was the vice director, he used the dead aunts and uncles in the White Room to grow delicious mushrooms. He said it was a vaccine, but I guess his vaccine was a total fail. Min noticed a massive handprint bruise on her face. She continued, Dad always talked about stocks and boring stuff. I didn't get it. When I asked questions, he'd hit me and force-feed me mushrooms that tasted like garbage. Bro, talk about a tragic backstory. The girl started swaying and screaming. Then, everyone else ate the delicious mushrooms. Only the ones I ate were bad. I hate Mommy and Daddy. I really, really hate them. Dark, sticky handprints started appearing all over the walls. She finished with a chilling whisper. Mommy and Daddy killed Dua. I've told you my whole story now. She stepped closer, her eyes boring into theirs. So, big bro, big sis, do you know who the mushroom-picking girl really is? The system popped up a red alert. You have encountered the final truth of the world. You have entered the perfect clearance route, intelligence path. Please choose your answer. Note, if you're stuck, use the clue section to boost your logic. Min looked back. He had a theory. but he noticed Noet was looking rough. Then it hit him. Everyone who ate the mushroom-based food turned into a zombie. Noet had eaten those mushroom cookies earlier. He grabbed her hand. "Come here." Her skin was breaking out in black spots. She tried to hide it, pulling away. "Leave me alone. I don't feel great." "Girl, that is not just a common cold." Dua stepped forward, a creepy grin splitting her face. "Play a game with me. If you guess right, I might let the pretty big sis go." Min didn't hesitate. "The mushroom-picking girl is you, Dua? The mushrooms to be picked are the people of City X who turned into zombies? You're the only one who ate the distasteful mushroom because you were the original serum container. The director was using you to research and cultivate the virus from the start." Dua started jumping for joy. "Congratulations, big bro." Min felt a momentary sense of relief, thinking he'd nailed it. But then her eyes turned blood red. She let out a roar. Wrong guess. In a split second, Nuit's head turned into a puddle of syrup. Just like that. Gone. The system cold-bloodedly announced, "Teammate Nuit has died. Squad automatically disbanded." Min was left standing alone against the monster. Perfect clearance. Intelligence path failed. Automatically entering force path. Boss battle mode initiated. Boss Dua, normal state. Combat power 800, recommended for multiple challengers. Player Min, current combat power 26. Win rate 0%. 0%? Those are some prepared to die edition odds. Dua stood there, laughing. "Big bro, you guessed wrong, but you aren't even mad? I thought you'd be trying to strangle me right now." Min looked at her calmly. "I'm not going to get mad at a victim." Dua paused, confused. "A victim, but you were wrong." Min gently laid Noet's body down. "Logically, I lost the moment we stepped into that records room. I rushed it. There are still 10 days left until the apocalypse officially ends, and I triggered the final boss question way too early. I was missing info. Forget logic for a second. If we look at the game's outcome, I bet the real mushroom-picking girl was actually your father, the director." Dua's face went blank. "But why?" Min explained his theory. "If we played this like normal players, we would have found clues at a tavern or a farm first. We would have seen the world fall apart over 15 days, slowly finding files in labs. We took a shortcut. We found a job as nurses on day 2 and skipped straight to the final boss. We reached the truth too. Fast, so our clues were incomplete." Dua smiled. "You're sharp, big bro, but it doesn't matter. You still lost. Big sis is dead, and you're trapped here for the next 10 days to rot in despair until you die." She tilted Min's chin up. "Don't worry, I'll be gentle with Big Sis's body. I'll plant some lovely mushrooms in your skin while you're still breathing." Min just shook his head. "Do whatever you want. But first, hey, host of this game world, Boss Rabbit, I know you're watching. I'm the top-ranked player. I know I've got your attention. Can we talk?" The sky literally ripped open, and Boss Rabbit appeared, laughing his head off. "Oh my favorite top 1 player, calling for me? As a host, I shouldn't interfere, but I just couldn't resist." The rabbit floated down, mocking him. "Are you gonna apologize? Are you gonna beg? Logic versus emotion, life versus death. It's so beautiful. Are you gonna get on your knees and beg me to resurrect your little teammate? Or maybe cry and hold my feet so I let you out?" Min didn't blink. "I have one question." The rabbit smirked. "If it's the final answer, I can't tell you. That was your mistake." Min's voice was like ice. "What do you guys have to do to let Dike go?" The rabbit froze. Min continued. "I get how this game works. These death games are just a reality show for the elites. People like the ones in Dike 10 are just watching us for entertainment, like a twisted murder mystery show. You guys love the struggle, but this game is flawed." The rabbit's face twisted. "You saying our game isn't good?" "No," Min said. "I actually love it. The scale, the stakes, it's breathtaking. But such a perfect game shouldn't have glitches, and I'm the only one who can point them out. I'm the top one. Admit the mechanics are broken. Our game has no loopholes." The rabbit screamed. Min smirked internally. "Hook, line, and sinker. Is that so? Then there must be a condition for a perfect ending. One where everyone gets their redemption ticket. Even Dike 10 can be saved. The final winner gets it all, right?" "That's right," the rabbit admitted. "But you have to be perfect. So every world must be cleared with 100% CES rank?" "Exactly." Min's eyes sharpened. "So does the final reward include letting Dike go?" The rabbit went quiet, realizing he'd been played. This kid wasn't fighting for rank or loot, he was looking for a way to save everyone. Included, the rabbit finally sighed. "Out of billions of players, you really are the most special one I've met." Min smiled. "Good, that's all I needed to hear." He gripped his sword. He knew the organizers saw everyone as puppets. He needed to force the truth out of the rabbit while he was vulnerable. But, the rabbit added with a smug grin, "It's too late. You already failed this world. You only get one shot at a perfect clear. You'll never be the sole winner." Min's face remained eerily calm. For now, the rabbit asked, confused. Suddenly, Min drove his sword straight into his own stomach. No hesitation. "To be honest, getting that one answer from you this week was enough." As his vision faded, he thought, "Getting an SS score is impossible for normal players. But I'm the only one with a skill that lets me return after death. I'm the piece on the chessboard that the organizers didn't account for." He collapsed, pointing a finger at the rabbit. Just watch. Next week, I'm winning it all. The world blurred. Time restarting. 3, 2, 1. Min bolted upright in his bed. He checked his surroundings. It was day 1 of the apocalypse again. I'm back. What time is it? Why didn't my alarm go off? He noticed someone looking at him. It was Note, he breathed. Don't get the wrong idea, she stammered. I didn't mean to just barge into your room. I just had a bad dream, and Min reached out and gently patted her head. It's okay. I'm just glad you're all right. Noet stood there, totally buffered. Huh? Nothing, Min said, his eyes turning serious. Change of plans. We aren't going to the storage room today. Let's head outside. On the way, Min was a whirlwind of destruction, farming zombies like a pro. Bonus points, XP farming. The zombies are low level right now. It's time to grind. Those players hiding in the suburbs are going to get left behind. The system pings were constant. Leveled up to first order rank 2. Combat power 2006-9. 3 free attribute points. Shop items unlocked. Suddenly, a scream echoed nearby. A guy had tripped and was about to get munched by a zombie. Noet watched Min, expecting him to jump in, but he just stood there. Aren't you going to save him? Min's voice was cold. No point. He had 5 days to prepare, and he still can't even swing a pipe. You save someone like that, then what? Carry them forever. That's more cruel in the long run. Our time is too valuable to play hero for everyone. But we... Drop it, Min snapped. Except for a few key people, everyone else is irrelevant. Noet was stunned. Key people? Am I one of them? Bought a map of the area, Min said, changing the subject. Let's check the other hospital. Suddenly, a man ran up and grabbed Min's hand. It was the shop boss. What are you kids doing out in the street? Thank God I found you. He dragged them both toward his shop. Stay in this minimart for now. It's safe here. Inside, a girl was sobbing. This can't be happening. This isn't like the novels at all. Min watched the scene, a sense of déjà vu hitting him. The kind-hearted boss thought they were just helpless kids and ushered them inside. Suddenly, a guy who looked half-turned into a zombie lunged at them. Before the boss could even scream, Min thrust a metal rod straight through the guy's skull. HP minus 600. Critical damage. Min pulled the rod out, his expression neutral. My bad. That was a misunderstanding. We don't need to protect them. Let's go. But Noet stayed put. Min wondered if she'd found something useful or if she just really liked the snacks in the shop. The girl who was crying earlier, Kai Swang, grabbed his hand. Thank you for saving me. Min flinched and pulled his hand back like he'd been electrocuted. Then, another woman ran in, screaming about how she just went out to buy soy sauce and got trapped. The boss tried to calm everyone down. It's safe here. We have food and water. The government will help us. We just have to wait. He patted Min's shoulder. You're a tough kid, but it's too dangerous out there. Just stay put, Min shrugged. Fine. I've got some storage rooms in the back, the boss said. They're small, but you can sleep there. Min nodded and went to his room. Once the door was shut, he activated his clone technique. I need that SS rank. I need clues. I'm going to the labs while everyone else sleeps. The clone slipped out the window to scout. Just then a knock came at the door. It was Kai Swang. The boss made noodles. You want some? I'm good, Min said. I have chocolate. But she wasn't taking no for an answer. She grabbed his arm and started dragging him out. Oh, stop being so formal. Come eat. We're going to get through this together, man. If I had $1 for every time someone said that motivational garbage right before the world ended, I'd be richer than Elon. The air in the room was thick, smelling like cheap floor cleaner and impending doom. Noet was sitting across from the boss, slurping down noodles like they were at a 5-star Michelin restaurant on a first date instead of a cramped survival bunker. She cut her eyes over at Kai Shuang, who was busy grabbing Guy's hands and pulling them toward her with the kind of desperation you only see at a Black Friday sale. Noet watched her and just internally facepalmed. Honestly, we don't even need to eat. When your body is digitized, your brain only speaks 2 languages, life points and mana. It's not like we're going to find mom's home cooking in this hellscape. Sure, there might be a hidden stamina stat, but you can max that out with some high-calorie protein bars. Eating 3 square meals a day is just a waste of time, unless of course the zombies decide we are the lunch special. Trying to look like a saint, Noet put on her best I'm a good person face, lifted a steaming bowl of noodles and offered it to Minin. She looked like she was donating a kidney. Here, eat up while it's hot, she said, her voice dripping with fake sweetness. Min didn't even hesitate. He grabbed that bowl and inhaled those noodles like he hadn't seen food since the previous century. Across from him, Noet's face went from pale to, I'm about to commit a felony red. She probably expected him to play the, no, you have it game. But Min was playing for keeps. Min glanced at her, and she just shook her head violently, her eyes saying, don't talk to me, or I'm going to bounce this bowl off your skull. System notification. Stamina fully restored. Min wiped his mouth and got back to business. He looked at Noet. By his calculations, she should have been a missing person poster a week ago. According to the original timeline, she should be full on snarling and looking for brains by now. But here she was, just grumpy and carb-loaded. Is the zombie virus running on government time or something? Why is this taking so long? Min leaned in, grabbing Noet's sleeve and yanking it up like a doctor doing a pro bono checkup. He remembered the records. After entering the archives, she started breaking out in black spots. Was it connected to the dough? Or did she just need a better skincare routine? Instead of spots, there was a nasty red rash blooming across her skin. Noet whispered, her voice cold as ice. Oh, so now you're worried about me, just when I'm getting ready to join the undead squad? She sighed, looking defeated. Fine, whatever. If I die right now, don't go there, Min cut her off. He tried to sound comforting like a protagonist in a Q-drama. Death is a scary thing, Noet. I don't want you to have to face that. Suddenly, Noet's face flushed to deep crimson. Seriously? The apocalypse is literally outside the door, and these two are out here having a main character moment. The boss cleared his throat, breaking the tension. All right, Romeo, save it for later. Everyone, grab some more food. I've got plenty of stock, and let's be real, nobody's checking the expiration dates anymore. A heavy-set woman nearby started drooling, shouting about how kind the boss was. A younger guy scrambled over too, looking terrified that the free buffet was going to run out. Thanks, this is perfect, the kid chirped. I actually hate noodles. I was craving pizza or pasta, but I guess noodles run this town now. Min turned to Noet, keeping his voice low. Come on, Noet. We need some high-energy loot. If we have to sprint from a horde, I don't want you gassing out. As they walked past the shelves, Min's eyes caught something tucked away in the shadows. Huh? Deep in the back was a strange-looking bottle. Min squinted, his gamer sense tingling. What is that? Zombie away spray? Suddenly the boss appeared behind him. He had this dark, looming energy, but he was wearing a smile. The kind of smile an insurance salesman gives you right before he tells you your policy doesn't cover acts of God or zombie outbreaks. See something you like? The boss asked, his eyes narrow. Min's heart skipped a beat. He quickly pocketed a small item he'd found and thought, better ignore the bottle for now, or this guy is going to game over me right here. He stood up, flashing a fake, awkward grin. Oh, nothing. Just drop something, maybe my dignity or a coin. The boss let out a dry chuckle. Take whatever you need, kid. Don't be shy. The bill is on the house since, the banks are currently being eaten. Min walked away, his mind racing. This mini-mart was way too clean, way too normal. The suspense was being served in bulk alongside the canned beans. System announcement, world game. Current number of players, 40, 24, 59, 80, 68 an hour later. Min was back in his room, staring at the ceiling. He'd had to ditch his plan to grab that bottle. The boss was watching him like a hawk or a prison warden on a bad day. Knock. Someone was hammering on the door. A girl's voice drifted through the wood. Yo, you asleep, big bro? Or are you just in there hoovering up snacks by yourself? Min groaned. Is that Kei Shuang? Does she have a disturb everyone's peace perk equipped? Hey, wake up! Even the zombies aren't this boring, she yelled. Min rolled his eyes and ignored her, hoping she'd take the hint. But apparently, privacy was a feature that got deleted in the last patch. Without waiting for her to come in, Kei Shuang kicked the door open. So, I'm coming in, she announced. Min turned around and his blood went cold. She wasn't carrying snacks. She was clutching a massive kitchen knife like she was ready to turn Min into a chopped salad. Min was lying on his side, but his brain was already in combat mode. I locked that door. How did she open sesame her way in here? In a blur, Kei Shuang lunged, the blade whistling through the air toward Min's throat. He pulled a pro-gamer move, rolling out of the way and catching her wrist in a vice grip. Just like I suspected, Min said, his voice dropping an octave. You're a player, aren't you? What's the move? Is there a kill-a-player mission I missed? Or do you just have a thing for murder? Kei Shuang didn't say a word. The veins in her arm bulged, and the pressure on the knife increased tenfold. Min felt his arm shaking. Holy crap, she's cracked. This wasn't just gym strength. This was a skill. He had to kick her back just to create space. Why me? Min shouted. This is a survival game, not a battle royale. Is murdering teammates the new trend? He raised his hand, pointing his fingers like a gun. Talk. Last chance. Or I'm gonna have to go bang on you. She didn't blink. She didn't hesitate. She lunged again. Min didn't miss. He fired his killing move point blank. System notification. Hot B40 odor. Critical injury. Piercing wound. As her body slumped, a glowing item materialized in the air. Item obtained. Unlat's dagger tip. Quality. Green. Rare. Description, a beautiful emerald-tinted blade, perfect for gifting to someone you really, really hate. Attack power, 3-8, double on critical hits. Durability, 9-10 requirement, one-handed weapon, strength 3, special effect. Wounds from this blade cause the victim to lose the will to resist. It turns death into a luxury experience. Min looked at the dagger, then at her, no XP notification. That confirmed it she was 100% a player. Well, Min muttered, since the vibe in here is already ruined, might as well go grab that bottle. He snuck back down to the shelves. System notification, clue 4 found. Strange bottle. Reward, 10 exploration points, 1 star. Clue recorded in your history, just like your failed midterms. Min popped the cap and took a whiff. It smelled like industrial strength bleach. Are they planning on giving the zombies a bath? System description, strange bottle. Smells delicious. A top-tier beverage choice provided you enjoy drinking Harpic. Min's brain started connecting the dots. Clue 1, Clue 4, Hypothesis 1. This liquid was definitely related to that purple sludge he saw earlier. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream echoed from down the hall. Great, what's the drama now? Min hissed. He followed the sound to the mother's room. Peering through a crack in the door, his stomach flipped. The woman was gone, replaced by a snarling, twitching zombie. She was making these guttural noises like she was trying to scream at a retail worker. I told you not to peek, a voice whispered in his ear. Min jumped. The boss was standing right behind him, his face shadowed. I don't need CD to know what's happening in my house. The boss grabbed Min from behind, pinning his arms. In front of them, the zombie mom shrieked and lunged. Min struggled, his heart hammering against his ribs. Can't be careless. I've got a psycho boss behind me, and a hungry mom in front of me. Shing! Suddenly, the tip of a sword erupted through the boss's forehead. Blood sprayed across the walls like a Gallagher show. Min watched, eyes wide, as the boss's body slumped to the floor. Noet stood there, ripping her blade out of the boss's skull and kicking him aside. Noet! Min yelled. Since when did you become Wonder Woman? Watch out! She screamed. The zombie mom was already on him. She sank her teeth into Min's arm, tearing into the flesh like it was a hot taco. Min roared in pain, finally unleashing his finishing blow. He 500, critical hit, mutated zombie eliminated. System warning, primary zombie poison debuff applied. You're turning, kid. Better be a hero fast. Nuit stared at him, horrified. Min, are you practicing your zombie walk? Min didn't answer. He grabbed the strange bottle he'd just stolen, ripped the cap off, and chugged the whole thing like it was a cold Gatorade at halftime. System update. Primary zombie poison debuff still active. Are you kidding me? Min choked out. The ads lied! This stuff does nothing! Then, a glass tube of purple liquid appeared in his hand. He looked at Noet, his face pale but determined. Noet, listen to me. I need you to help me. Cut it here, he pointed to his arm, and keep it clean. I need a surgeon, not a butcher. This is an arm, not a chicken wing. Noet hesitated, her hands shaking on the hilt of her sword. Cutting off a limb to survive? That's some hardcore Saw movie logic. Wait, she cried. What about the vaccine? The fungal bacteria from the salad? Trash, Min barked. My theory? That's not a cure. There are different types of vaccines, just like there are different types of street food. That one won't save me. Cut it, now. But you'll bleed out. Cut it, before I start craving your brains. Noet's sword swung down in a silver arc. System notification, HP 300. Limb loss. Heavy blood loss. World game, remaining players. 4044, 25, 388. The notification started spamming his vision like a group chat on mute. Happy 30 bleeding. Happy 40-30 primary healing. Min scrambled to his bag, ripping open blood vials. At 10 points a pop. These things were more expensive than a downtown cocktail. He downed them one after another, watching his health bar flicker like a dying light bulb before finally stabilizing. The poison debuff vanished. The amputation method worked. Expensive, painful, but he was still human. Noet looked at him, her voice trembling. Min, you okay? Can you still, shake hands? I probably can't lift a gym bar right now, Min gasped. Might need to switch to a lightweight weapon, maybe a tactical broom. Suddenly, the young guy from earlier stumbled into the room. He saw the blood, the severed arm, and Min's pale face. Gah! He started foaming at the mouth and hit the floor like a sack of potatoes. Nuit blinked. Did he just faint? Or does he think this is a prank channel? Min leaned over the body. Wait a sec. This is Sumang. Look at him, his wires are crossed. The kid was twitching uncontrollably. He hadn't even been bitten. Slice. Min's sword ended the kid's misery before he could turn. I'm starting to get the picture, Min muttered. But I like keeping the suspense alive. He looked at Noet. Tonight was a disaster. I've got a headache. Let's crash. In the morning we head to the City X Central Hospital. Maybe they do pro bono zombie removals. I have some theories to confirm, Min added. Noet nodded quickly. Fine by me. I was getting bored of this supermarket anyway. Min reached down and picked up a small object from the floor. Item obtained, broken red fingernail. Description, good forging material. Great. Are we making zombie nail daggers now? He kept searching the bodies. Who obtained? Mushroom on zombie body. Reward, 10 exploration points. Hypothesis 2. The mushrooms on the dead are totally different from the ones on the zombies. Are these things farming fungi? Noet suddenly piped up. Min, have you checked the live streams lately? People are going nuts. Why? Do I look good on camera? No, you idiot, she laughed. The players who get eliminated become netizens. They sit around watching our streams and talking trash. There's a Hall of Fame post trending right now. The Masters of the Apocalypse. Min pulled up the interface, scrolling through it like a stock market ticker. It wasn't a power ranking, just a list of the heavy hitters. Top 1, IR, Country A, 24 years old. Billionaire's kid, skill, level 3 fire control. He's basically a human flamethrower, and he's currently the most watched streamer. Comment, young master AR is so hot. I'd stay single forever just for him though. Who am I marrying in the apocalypse anyway? Top 2, Iris, country F, 21 years old, global pop star. Skill, mental impact. She can hypnotize zombies. She has more fans than survivors right now. Top 3, Adolf, country G, 29 years old. Mercenary, skill, unknown, elite close quarters combat. Rumored to be from the black market. Top 7, Lou, country T, 20 years old. Skill, insect control. Kid probably talked to mosquitoes before the game even started. Min's eyes widened. Lu Shu? Min, look, Noet shouted. You're on here, top 100. Min scrolled down to his own profile. Evaluation ruthless. Mysterious. Background ordinary student. Mental ability unknown. No one knows what's going on in his head. Stats average, but skill is op. Weakness. Garbage aim in close combat, but a beast at a distance. Combat power 230. Ruthless. Min scoffed. Is that how they see me? Like I'm the villain? He looked at the comments. People were arguing about who the real number 1 was. Some were betting on Lu Shu because he had magic early on. Let them fight, Min muttered. Er can have the spotlight. If I told them the truth, they'd just say I'm capping anyway. He turned to Noet. Ready? We've got a world record to break. On the road the next day, Noet looked at him. Min, be honest. You think clearing this game is a walk in the park, don't you? Pretty much, Min shrugged. The first world is easy as long as you keep your head on your shoulders. If people just hoarded food and stayed in bunkers like that supermarket for 10 days, they'd be fine. It's the panic that kills. A few zombies shambled toward them. Min swung his axe, decapitating them with practiced ease. If we keep doing this, we won't get stronger. We'll just be really good butchers. Noet finished off her own set of walkers with a grin. Hey, it's a good workout. Min checked the map. The hospital is in the northeast. It'll take a day if we don't run into a zombie block party. They spent the day grinding. By sunset, they both hit level 3. Min dumped his attribute points into spirit to sharpen his mind. Min, total disaster, Noet yelled, rummaging through her bag. The chocolate bars are gone. My sugar level is crashing. Your whole stash? Did you drink them? Yes. Min stared at her. A player's backpack has a cubic meter of space. Noet's bag was 90% snacks and 10% sword. She'd eaten through a week's worth of rations in 24 hours. Your stomach is more dangerous than the zombies, he muttered. Fine. There's a convenience store ahead. Let's refuel. Inside, the store was a mess. First floor is just soap and combs, Min noted. Check the second floor. A zombie lunged from behind a shelf. Before Min could move, a sword flash cut it down. Remaining players, 3946, a man stepped out of the shadows. Relax, guys, area's secure. I'm the permanent security guard here, he smiled, revealing a military bearing. I'm Yong Chong Shu, soldier. My team and I are currently using this place as a supply hub. He looked at Min's bandaged stump where his arm used to be. A missing arm? In this game? He thought. This kid is either a noob who got lucky or a legend who's winning single-handedly. I'm Su Min, Min said, extending his remaining hand. Just a student trying not to get eaten. Chonshu laughed, slapping Min's shoulder. Well, you're safe now. We've got a shelter at the old Seven Colors kindergarten. It's better than it sounds. Stay with us for the next 10 days, and the supplies are on me. Thanks, Min said, but we're on a schedule. Got a hospital appointment. Is there a sale upstairs? Noet asked, looking at the ceiling. Chongshu frowned. There are 3 floors, but the stairs are blocked. Probably a horde up there. Look, it's getting dark. Zombies go aggro at night. Stay with us. Power in numbers, right? Suddenly, Min's face went dark. His eyes darted to the side. Get back! Surprise gift! A mutated zombie burst through a wall, flying straight at Chongshu. The soldier swung his blade, but the monster pulled a matrix move, dodging in midair. It slashed its claws across Chongshu's chest. Hey, Mindy. EP30. Primary zombie poison. Chongshu fell back, his blood dark and sticky. Damn it, looks like I'm joining the other side. Before the zombie could finish him, Noet stepped in, her blade glowing with dark energy. Heifi 562, critical damage. Mutated zombie eliminated. 2 people, a guy and a girl, ran out from the back. Captain, you okay? The girl, a man, saw the black liquid seeping from his wound. Captain, your hand, it's turning, Chongshu sighed. It's over. I don't have time to amputate. I'm a goner. A man's eyes welled up. No, if you hadn't saved me, I'd be zombie food by now. You're the heart of this team. Chongshu patted her hand. It's fine. Take the supplies and head back to the shelter. I can't be a ticking time bomb for the rest of you. Go, Captain. That's an order. Take the gear and go. I'm staying here. Min watched the drama and then looked at his bag. He pulled out a vial. Hey, soldier, you want a scratch-off ticket for your life? Chongshu looked up. What's that? Don't know. It's a trial run. It's bitter, but it might work. A man jumped up, screaming. A trial run? Are you using him as a lab rat? Nuit stepped forward, her sword blocking a man's path. Back off. Min handed the vial to Chongshu. If my theory is right, you live. Chongshu didn't hesitate. He downed the liquid. And if it's wrong, then tell Noet not to mess up your face when she kills you. Chongshu coughed, spitting out a bit of purple fluid. A man shrieked, Captain, are you vomiting? But then, the black veins on his chest began to recede. The color returned to his face. I'm human? I can go back to paying taxes? a man sobbed, throwing her arms around him. Chong Shu looked at Min, stunned. Thank you. You saved my life. What do you want? Half my loot? My soul? Keep it, Min said coolly. My experiment was a success. He pulled out one more vial. A man's eyes went wide. Is that the antidote? Do you have more? She looked at the other young guy in their group. Old Tan, he's been infected for hours. He's in the back. She grabbed Min's shoulders. Please, you're a godsend. Give us that vial for Old Tan. Chong Shu tried to pull her back. A man, don't press him. He already saved me. But Old Tan is a professor. He can help us rebuild. Please, little brother, just one more. Min's voice was like ice. I can't. I only have one extra, and I'm keeping it for myself. My life comes first. Remaining players, 35-43, 30-38, 30-35, 49. Why? The other guy yelled. We'll find you more. We promise. You're a monster, a man cried. Chong Shu gave up his food for everyone. And you won't give up a tiny bottle? You're so selfish. The live stream chat started blowing up. This streamer is cold-blooded. Does he even have a heart or just error codes? A man was hysterical now. Are those completion points more important than a human life? Min looked her dead in the eye. Yes, points are the only currency that matters in this world. Everything else is a fairy tale. Internally, Min knew, only by getting a perfect clear can we reboot this planet. Emotions won't save Earth. Logic will. You're so young, a man hissed, her grief turning into rage. You've never lost a friend. If you won't give it to us, we'll just take it. She pulled a knife. Give it to me. A man, no, Chong Shu yelled. But no, it was faster. In a flash of steel, the knife in the hand holding it hit the floor. One more word, no, it whispered, her eyes glowing with killing intent. And your neck is next. Chong Shu scrambled to a man who was clutching her wrist and screaming. The other guy tried to lunge at Min, but Chong Shu backhanded him across the face. Shut up, we forgot our place. I'm sorry. Chong Shu bowed his head toward Min. Forgive us. Min turned his back on them. Go wrap that up. If you want to save humanity, earn some points. Emotions don't kill zombies. He walked away as the livestream comments called him a robot. Alright, listen up, because this isn't just a game anymore. This is the moment the world stops spinning and stares at the screen. Know it leaned in, her voice a frantic whisper, telling Minan to cut the livestream. The vibe? Suffocating, like being trapped in a broken elevator with a live grenade. But Minan? He just gave her this slow, deliberate nod. He wasn't closing that stream. No shot. See, he knew something she didn't. This wasn't just about farming bonus points or being a fame whore. It was calculated. First off, influence is the ultimate currency. Minan's thinking, bro, if the world doesn't like and subscribe to my existence, how is my cult following supposed to hit those op cultivation levels? A man's gotta eat, and in this world, clout is calories. He had that look in his eyes, deep, focused, like he was looking through the screen and into the souls of billions. Second, he wanted to flip the script on how people think. He needed them to stop being NPCs watching from the sidelines and start understanding that in this new world, you either risk it all or you're just zombie bait. He wanted to show them that spit-roasting fate is the only way to stay cracked, especially when you've got the kind of plot armor he was rocking. And the third reason? Pure legacy man. He's a student who went from zero to final boss energy and heartbeat. He wanted every mother on the planet to see his journey, to understand his development path. Because let's be real, if that YouTube check hits, his parents might actually respect him instead of seeing him as another corporate slave destined for a cubicle. Suddenly, he drops some high-level philosophy. You ever heard of the spotlight effect? He asks, his voice echoing in the dead air. Collective despair only breeds more despair. But right now, everyone's drowning in the same ocean. He looked at the flickering streetlights, a grimace on his face. Humanity is in a total tailspin. Comms are dark, nobody can find their family, it's straight up chaos. In a mess like this, a leader needs more than just stats. They need the spotlight. He smiled to himself, looking like some ancient sage about to drop his final wisdom before ascending. He stared at those streetlights. Under the glow, everyone's eyes fixate on one point. It becomes the center of the universe. In that spot, every word you say becomes gospel. You guide the mob, you feed their dependency, and you point them toward a goal. If you want to lead a broken crowd, Minan confirmed, you have to give them a target so bright they can't look away. Know it, felt her heart skip a beat. Minan was laying it on thick, looking almost too excited. She wondered if he was trying to deceive the world, or maybe just himself. Or maybe that poor editor who's probably still rendering this video at 7:30 a.m. If the world is a fleet of ships lost at sea, Minan stated, I'm going to be the lighthouse, the one fixed point they can't ignore. And for some reason, Know-It felt this surge of pure, unadulterated trust. She knew. Deep down, he could actually pull it off. Meanwhile, in the top 5 most watched streams on the planet, we switched to iAir. This guy is a walking cinematic. A freaking firebird was soaring through the air, diving into a horde of zombies and turning them into charcoal briquettes. The art style? Absolutely cracked. Every frame was a masterpiece. The firebird looped back and landed on AR's hand, and the dude just sighed. Bland, he muttered. Talk about a tough critic. He looked like a guy who's used to 4K IMAX and was just handed a blurry TikTok clip. Julia walked up behind him, practically purring. You look stunning today, Master. The chat was going absolutely nuclear. Master just hit level 4. Who's going to catch him? World number 1, no contest. People were convinced nobody in the game was even in his league. Ayer looked bored. This game is dark, but at least it lets me see people I'd never bother with otherwise. It's fortunate. Then Julia asked the big question. So, nah, are you hitting the central hospital today? I've already predicted the final result, he replied, smooth as silk. Julia sighed. As far as I know, no player has found the answer yet, but this Mainan guy, he already pulled off a perfect stage clear. We need to move. If we hit the hospital now, we can snag the clues before he does. Bet, Ayer replied with total confidence, but then a comment flashed on his screen. Hey, nah, someone said they're going to be the first player today. Ayer paused, looking like someone just told him a bad joke. First player? Who the hell is that? It was like he just saw a comment saying already explained and his ego took a direct hit. It's some guy from the Dragon Country, the reply came. Su Mingen. The dude who lost an arm in the prelims. Ayer's face went cold. Never heard of him. Julia tilted her head, remembering something. Wait, he's that cold-eyed kid. He's actually kind of cool, just a bit too confident for his own good. Honestly, I dig that type. She was talking about him like he was a ruthless me who'd kick a kid out of a bunker to save a sandwich. Ayer wasn't impressed. If Luciu was saying this, I'd listen, but this Mainen guy, he better pray he doesn't die among the other failures. The chat kept rolling. Master is so cool. Humanity has a chance. What if that student actually has the sauce? Ayer just looked at the camera. First player? I never said I was the first player. Julia followed him, confused. Wait, Amy, you're not that guy? I thought you were the one who gave the speech at the opening ceremony. Amy kept walking, his eyes like daggers. That guy thinks a lot like me, but he's not me. I agree with what he said, but that doesn't make him stronger than me, Julia giggled, hiding her face. The forums are going to cry when they find out you aren't the first player. Fine, Amy said, his voice dropping to a dangerous whisper. Whoever was first player before doesn't matter. From now on, it's only me. System notification, combat score 207. The scene shifts again, this time to the top 4 trending room Luciu. This guy was just casual moding his way through zombies, using insect control to turn them into Swiss cheese. The chat was glazing him hard. Luciu's bugs are up. Adolf wouldn't stand a chance. Only Ayer can counter him because flames beat bugs. Luciu was currently holding some weird creature in his hand, looking totally unbothered. People were yelling, is Luciu the legendary first player? But the way he talked didn't fit the profile. He was just using a mantis as a GPS to find his way around. The room was cheering, wishing all the top-tier players would just squat up. Even the people who had already died were watching this like a Netflix special. They're probably in the afterlife right now, hurting the watch time because they aren't subbed. Suddenly, a light flashed behind him. Luciu, watch out, someone's there. It was Minan. Luciu squinted. So, it's him. System notification. Supervisor mission updated. Target identified. Eliminate the target to receive rewards. Coordinates locked. System notification. Failure to complete the supervisor mission will result in unimaginable consequences. Don't get cute. Basically, the system told him, do the job or you're becoming a corporate slave. Luciu had no choice. He pointed his mantis forward. Sorry, man. I've got reasons why I can't back down. The mantis blurred through the air, slicing straight through Minan's neck. Red syrup sprayed everywhere. Minan hit the floor, dead before he touched the ground. The livestream went into a meltdown. Gee, he's dead. That was ruthless. Dragon Country players killing each other. Luciu is a snake, but it made sense. Luciu was a high-tier pro, and Minan was just a kid from the prelim list. But Luciu felt weird. He didn't get an elimination notification. Is he faking? How did he take that hit without making a sound? Doesn't he feel pain? It was chilling, like someone trying to sleep without a fan in 100-degree weather, creepy as hell. Luciu stepped forward. I heard what you said in the comments. You said you'd win in the end. But sorry, I have a mission. I have to kill you. Back outside the central hospital, Minan's soul snapped back into his real body. His clone was toast. He gasped, his eyes wide, startling Know It. What happened? She asked. My clone got slashed, Minan announced, his voice tight. There's an enemy inside. Know It didn't hesitate. She drew her sword, her eyes burning with aggression. I'll kill them. Don't be a noob, Minan said, calming her down. That blade is pure pain. I made this mess, I'll clean it up. Besides, I gotta do some heavy lifting to keep the sponsors happy. He handed her a tube of medicine before they entered. Drink this. The fungus virus hides in the body. The vaccine has to be cultured in a living host. That's where this lotion comes from. As for the undead virus, you need the purple solution, like the stuff we used for Jung Chung Huk. Know It just gave him a blank stare. The lights were on, but nobody was home. Minan sighed. You don't get it? Fine, just leave everything to me. Her brain was basically a pea shooter from plants versus zombies that only fired in one direction. They stepped into the hospital. 3rd floor first, Minan ordered. Intensive care unit. I'm with you, Noah agreed. They walked past walls covered in handprints made of red syrup. A terrifying laugh echoed through the halls. Mina noticed the words on the wall weren't just paint, it was fresh syrup. The laughter got louder. Suddenly, the stairs behind them groaned and collapsed into dust. Mina didn't think, he shoved Noah forward. The building's coming down! Run! He yelled. Get up here! She screamed back. The stairs were gone. Mina used every ounce of power to leap toward the ledge, but the distance was too far. I'm cooked, he thought. This is like an explainer making a 30-minute video and realizing the mic was muted the whole time. But then a hand. Noah grabbed his wrist, her muscles straining to hold his weight. Noah! He gasped, but the ledge was crumbling. She had to use all her strength to hurl him upward. Survive! She yelled as the floor beneath her gave way. Know it! Minan screamed, reaching out for the empty air. But she didn't hit the floor. She landed on the back of a massive creature. Don't sweat it, a voice called out from above. It was Lu Shu. She's fine. My butterfly caught her. He looked at Minan with a curious expression. What are you carrying that's making this hospital go aggro? When I came through here, it was quiet. The whole building is targeting you, man. Minan scrambled up to the ledge. Is it the purple liquid in my bag? He wondered. Lu Shu dropped Know it off safely on solid ground. I saved her as an apology. I attacked you earlier to finish my mission. Life for a life, or even now. You good? Minan didn't say a word. He just hoisted Know it onto his back. He was carrying her like he hoped she wouldn't suddenly gain weight like a motivated pea shooter. As he started to walk away, Lu Shu called out, You're going to the 3rd floor? Dude, that's suicide. That's the final clue area. If you just want to clear the basic mission, you don't need to go up there. Minan stopped. You don't want a perfect clear? Lu Shu sighed. I mean, I do, but it's not worth it. Risking your life for a few bonus points against the highest difficulty, you'll end up in a bag. He stepped closer. Look, we're both Dragon Country reps. You're on the reserve list, but your skills are interesting. Explore the 2nd floor with me, and I'll get you out of here alive. I hear you, Minan replied, his tone unreadable. So, what's the move? Minan didn't answer. He just kept walking, carrying Know it toward the darkness. Know it, he whispered. She wasn't waking up. He didn't know how bad the fall had messed her up. Hey, you're looking for a grave, Lu Shu shouted after him, but eventually even Lu Shu went silent. I don't get this guy. He doesn't even have a hand free to hold a weapon. He looked like a Pagla Explained editor buried under the weight of bad jokes but still grinding. Up on the 3rd floor, the air got colder. A creepy voice echoed through the hallway. Big brother, Doa. A little girl appeared behind them. Big brother, you came to the 3rd floor for the final clue, didn't you? Minan turned, looking at the little ghost girl. You just won't quit, will you? He didn't play games. What are your conditions? The girl spread her arms. Doa loves chess, but nobody would play with her. She wants to see Big Brother play a match with someone else. But you have to use your lives as the chess pieces. Will you play with Doa? System notification. Entered Central Hospital 3rd floor. Perfect clear side quest. World chessboard. Activated. Reward. Final clue Doe's vial. World chessboard item. Combat power determined. SS rank. Perfect level. Achievable. Individual power 240, team power 240. The girl's face slumped. Doa thinks Big Brother is strong even alone, right? Suddenly Minan's clothes transformed. He was now King Redside. Rules World Chessboard uses PvP combat. Opponent selected from 50,000 parallel instances. Searching. While the system searched, the world was in a frenzy. On the Future World Forum, a post was blowing up. Can one man carry the fate of a civilization? Oct 30, 23,000. Where is humanity going? On another floor, Annie leaped upward, looking bored. No need to run. That little girl in red is the boss. Let's just end her. Hubert opened his notebook, looking serious. Let's stick to the script. 3rd floor first. Clues first. I've already figured out the nature of this world. Annie yawned. I'll leave the brain work to you, Hubert. This is too simple. I thought it'd be more interesting. She sounded like a manga reader who just saw 14 chapters condensed into 3. Julia walked up, smirking. Don't judge others by your standards, Annie. Not everyone is a monster like you. I don't care, Annie snapped, power radiating off her. Hurry up. I heard Masashima Kawasa was finishing up at the hospital. I'm not letting her beat me. A creepy laugh echoed. Doa appeared before them, smiling that terrifying smile. Big brother, big sister, you look delicious. Come play chess. System notification entering world chessboard. Individual power 291. Total squad power 8068. Progress 60%. Annie stood opposite the girl, looking around the shifted space. Doa's voice was a low rasp. Director 33 loved chess. He said Doa wouldn't understand, so he never taught her. Doa was a good girl, never went out, never talked. After the operation table, all she wanted was to play, but nobody played with her. She looked up with a twisted grin. But now, it doesn't matter. Let's play. You can use your lives as pieces. Matchmaking successful. Blue team, Annie, Julia, Hubert, Hans, Selp, power, 8068. Red team, Minan, Know it, incapacitated. Power, 240. Assign your roles, the system commanded. Knight, guard, rook, bishop, queen. Annie checked the opponent. Wait, it's that Minen guy, the loudmouth from the prelims? This is going to be a lesson. I'm going to put him 6 feet under. Rules of the world chessboard. 1 to the king, 1 player is king, others are pieces. If the king dies, the game is over. 2. Turn-based. 1 piece moves per turn. Pieces move and attack based on their class. 3. Knight, high attack, short range, but high mobility. Can't jump over pieces. 4. Guard, low mobility, short range. Can attack any piece in range. 5. Rook, long range attacker. Can attack anyone except through a queen. 6. Bishop, the healer. Can heal teammates during a move. 7. Queen, magic attacker, lower damage but high mobility. Skill, sacrifice boosts a teammate by sacrificing herself once per match. 8. Special Rule 1. When only kings are left, turn-based rules vanish. It's a brawl. 9. Special Rule 2. If a stalemate is reached, a hidden rule is revealed. Annie smirked. In a random team, this would be a nightmare. Everyone would fight for the king spot, but her team, they worshipped her. Hubert, bishop. Julia, queen. Hans, knight. Selp, rook, Annie commanded. Easy win. Julia looked across at Minen, who was still carrying Noet on his back. You look confident, Dragon Country boy. Too bad your chat didn't tell you who you're up against. She winked. I admire your guts for cutting your own arm off, though. If you surrender now, maybe we can have a deep conversation later. She was looking at him like a new toy. Annie snapped at her to focus. Julia blew a kiss. Fine, fine. Good luck, kid. Try not to embarrass yourself in front of billions. Annie's chat was a mess of worry and hype. Minen is dead meat. How is this fair? 5 versus 2. Is the matchmaking broken? Minen stood there, calm as a lake. He laid Nuit down on the board. He was facing the #1 player in the world. Thousands of spotlights were on him. All right, he said softly. Let's dance. Annie was fuming. His confidence felt like a personal insult. Knight hands, advance. Hans, decked out in heavy armor, charged forward. Minan didn't flinch. He raised his sword, and a clone appeared to guard. Minen's brain was overclocking. In a fair fight, I lose. But that stalemate rule, that's my only out. I have to force it. He was thinking like a pro, straight up somming energy. Hans laughed at the clone. A clone? Interesting, but it's just one more thing to cut. Guard, attack the knight, Minan barked. Minan knew the rules. It's turn-based. I can't move, but I can block. No reason to be scared. The clone lunged. Hans blocked, but the impact sent him reeling. Sweat broke out on his forehead. How? If I hadn't blocked that, I'd be dead. That damage is over 1,000. Annie's flames aren't even this strong. Who is this guy? He looked at Minan like he was some hidden immortal. Annie's eyes narrowed. Knight. Fall back. She knew if a piece broke, the person died for real. The chat went insane. 500 AP loss on a block? Highest single hit damage ever. Can Annie actually lose? Relax, it's 5-on-1. He can't win. Annie stared at Minen. 100 from the prelims? No way. He's been hiding his power. Minan's clone had a power of 290 stronger than Annie herself. Minan's secret? His spirit attribute was at 16. His clone wasn't just a copy, it was a beast that scaled with his mind. It was stronger than his main body, and didn't fear death. But he couldn't attack with his main body and clone at the same time. Guard, advance, Minan ordered. Annie crossed her arms. I just need to kill the king. I don't care about the clone. The guard is slow. He'll never reach me in time. She turned to her team. Rook, sniped the king. Selp raised his staff, charging a massive blast of magic. The energy spiraled toward Minan. Minan braced himself, casting a magic resistance sphere. Annie frowned. He resisted. His spirit is too high, but his health is only 500, and he has no bishop. I only need 5 turns. Guard, advance, Minan called out again. Minan's plan was simple. To threaten the king, he had to use the guard. A queen was magic, and his clone was pure physical. A knight or rook couldn't jump over pieces to hit a king. If Annie was smart, she'd just focus fire on him, but he needed that stalemate. Rook, attack, Annie yelled. System notification, King Minan 240 HP remaining. Guard, advance. Rook, kill him, another blast hit. Critical hit, system notification, King Minan 30 HP remaining. One more hit, one more crit, and Minan was a ghost. The world held its breath. The chat was a battlefield of supporters and haters, but through the noise, one thing was clear. Minan wasn't backing down. Go Minan, the chat screamed. He stood his ground, one hit away from death, waiting for the hidden rule to save his life.
You know, there's always that one guy in every lobby. You're out here risking your life, grinding 24/7, and putting the whole team on your back while some random keyboard warrior sits in his mom's basement talking trash because you missed one skill shot. That's exactly what Min is dealing with right now. The spectators, they're basically a toxic Twitch chat on steroids. They're rooting for him to fail, praying for his downfall like they'd never lost a game of Monopoly and cried about it. Man, our mecha is just standing there, soaking in the atmosphere. He knows the cycle. The frontliners do the heavy lifting, the analysts provide the data, and everyone wins until the psychological imbalance kicks in. See, humans are wired to be terrified of someone who's smarter, stronger, and adapts faster than them. When you're cracked at the game, the noobs hiding in the back don't look up to you. They start resenting you. To them, this isn't survival, it's a reality show. They treat Min like an idol they can cancel the moment he stops being perfect. They become spectators with the ultimate weapon, moral judgment. management. It's the classic crab in a bucket mentality. They'll find any way to tear down the top players who are literally the only reason they're still breathing. It's like being the only guy in the office actually doing work while everyone else complains about your promotion. The organizers, they knew exactly what they were doing. They pushed everyone into this dark forest scenario, waiting for humanity to just delete itself. But Min is done thinking. He's done playing nice. He stares down the board and roars, "Guard, advance." The air gets heavy as the guard clone stomps forward. Hubert, the enemy piece, looks like he just saw a ghost. He's sweating, teeth gritted, brain overclocking, trying to find a way out. He's got no sword, no way to block. He knows that on the next turn, if Min gives the command, that clone is going to take his head clean off. We're talking high stakes, no respawn type of danger. Even Annie is starting to lose her cool. Her eyebrows are knitted together so tight they might fuse. Min's health bar is sitting at a measly 1300 HP. One critical hit from a rook and it's game over for him. But looking at Min, dude looks like he's chilling on a Sunday afternoon with the AK on full blast. He's terrifyingly calm. Annie tries to hype herself up. It's a 5-on-1 situation. They have the absolute advantage. She doesn't want to sacrifice Hubert or Jolia, they're her top tier assets. So she plays it safe. Bishop, fall back. Hubert doesn't hesitate. He takes that step back like his life depends on it. But Min is relentless. Guard, advance. The clone is like a heat-seeking missile. Annie is forced into a corner, screaming for her queen Jolia to retreat. But Min just keeps that same poker face. Guard, advance. Every time she moves back, he moves forward. The clone is practically breathing down her neck now. Annie tries to play the arrogant queen card, crossing her arms and acting like she's still in control. She asks Min if he really thinks he can win like this. The audacity. She's convinced the eyeing is on her side. As long as the next rook attack is a critical hit, she wins. Even if it isn't, she's sure she can dodge the clone. In her head, she's already the winner. She's been the prom queen her whole life. She thinks the world revolves around her. She points a finger forward, screaming for the rook to attack the enemy king. Sell, the rook, unleashes a wave of pure critical energy. This is it, the final boss move. Min watches the energy surge toward him and whispers, "Excellent, a critical hit." The online chat goes nuclear. He's dead. The organizers are totally targeting him. First the trash matchmaking, now back-to-back crits. The system is rigged. It looks like the light is fading for our boy. But then, out of nowhere, the sound of heavy metal boots hits the floor. A silhouette steps right in front of Min, absorbing the entire impact. The system notification pings. Teammate Noet has joined the fray. Roll queen. Annie's jaw hits the floor. What kind of glitch is this? See, in this twisted game of chess, a rook has range, but it can't bypass the queen to hit the king. It has to go through her first. Noet, who was supposed to be out of the count, has literally clutched the save. She stands there like an unbreakable wall, blocking that double critical hit energy like it's nothing. Min starts to realize what's happening. Nuit is his queen now, but there's a catch. She hasn't buffed any of her stats. Her spirit is only at 5 points, and her magic resistance is basically 0. She's sitting at 1 HP 1 tap, and she's gone. He looks at her and asks, "You're finally awake?" She gives him this soft, knowing smile. Right now we're in the same boat, Min nods. She's looking at them laughing, and can't wrap her brain around it. She's thinking, this girl was in a coma. How is she suddenly the MVP? It's like a student waking up 5 minutes before the final exam ends, and still getting an A while Annie is buffering. Min doesn't give her a second to breathe. Guard, attack. The clone lunges. Since it's not Annie's turn, she can't move, she can't dodge, she can only brace for impact. The blade flashes, and a second later, Annie's arm is gone. Clean off, the prom queen screams in agony, blood spraying everywhere, her arrogant flames flickering out. She's clutching the stump where her arm used to be, tears streaming down her face. The live stream chat, brutal. They're roasting her. Look at her crying, so weak. Remember when Min lost his arm? He didn't even blink. Is she really doing all this drama for one limb? The public is ruthless, man. They see Min stare down death without a flinch, so seeing Annie break down like this just makes her look like a noob who bought her way to the top. Jolia tries to comfort her, telling her it'll all be fine once they finish the match and use their Apple Pay to buy some healing or something. But Annie is seeing red. She's heard the stories about Min, how he looked at his own severed arm with total indifference and just bandaged it up. She realizes now she's not fighting a human, she's fighting a madman. In a fit of pure rage and pain, she screams for the rook to end it. She wants the torture to stop. She calls for the attack. Min's expression goes cold. He's calculating. If she attacks, she has to hit Noet first. If Noet dies, Min can use his next turn to have the clone finish Annie. It's a guaranteed win for him, but the cost is Noet. Is there any way to save her? Annie sees the calculation in his eyes. She pauses. She realizes that if she kills Noet, she's leaving herself wide open for the clone to take her head. She's totally shook. She asks him, "Who even are you?" "No way, you're just some random college kid." Min stays silent. He knows the rules. This game was designed to make them weak, to make them submissive. Annie, who was so hungry for that one spot, is now looking like a broken mess. Her arrogance is in the trash. She realizes she's trapped. She has no choice. King, fall back. Min breathes a sigh of relief. Nuit is safe for now. He pushes the advantage. Guard, advance. King, fall back. It's a total stalemate, a deadlock. The entire world watching the stream goes silent. It's like watching 2 departments at a tech company go to war, pure gridlock. But Noet, she's done playing defense. She looks at Min with eyes full of determination. Min, Min, I respect your decision, but you can't stay here for 15 days. Let the rook attack me. Sacrifice me. Kill their king. You have to be the one to climb the tower. The chat room explodes. People are screaming, crying, throwing donations. They finally get it. Noah isn't just a teammate. She's ready to be the fuel for Min's victory. Min grits his teeth. He knows Noah is the real deal intelligent, a master swordsman, and she has the same dreams he does. He isn't going to let her sacrifice go to waste, but he's waiting for something. Wait for the hidden rule, he whispers. Suddenly, a rabbit boss looking like a low-budget, creepy version of a mascot pops into existence with a sinister diggle. Oh my, look at all these viewers. The one player in a life and death struggle? How spicy? This rabbit is basically the villain of the week. He hates the deadlock. It's boring. So, he invokes the hidden rule of the world chessboard. When a game is stuck in a stalemate, any piece can sacrifice themselves to either launch a direct strike on the king or block any incoming attack. Suddenly, everyone on the board starts glowing with a flickering flame. The spectators are losing it. The system is forcing them to kill their friends. This is dark, man. Annie doesn't wait. She's done. Hands. Sacrifice. Hands. The knight doesn't even argue. He's forced forward by the system, moving like a cracked out speedrunner. He lunges at Min. Min counters instantly. Clone sacrifice block him. The two collide in a massive explosion. Annie is desperate now. Her survival instinct has completely overridden her humanity. She points at Cell. Rook sacrifice. Attack the Red King. She doesn't care about her team anymore. She just wants to live. Min's mana is recharging. He's doing the math in his head like a supercomputer. 210 mana points. One clone costs 80. He can still spawn 2 more. Clone sacrifice, block the rook, another explosion. The shockwaves are tearing to Min's mind. Controlling these clones is literal mental torture. He feels every bit of the impact, but he's not stopping. Annie screams for Hubert the bishop. Hubert just sighs, takes off his glasses, and wishes her luck before he's turned into a kamikaze missile. Min sacrifices his last clone to stop him. He's at his limit. His heart feels like it's sinking into the ocean. The pain is astronomical. Finally, it's just Jolia left. She looks at Annie, her best friend, and offers herself up. Queen Jolia, sacrifice, direct attack. Jolia turns into a beam of pure energy, flying toward Min at max speed. Noet steps up, ready to meet her end. Min, it's your turn. Give the order. Min hesitates. He's been here before. This is where we find out our boy has been saved scumming. This isn't his first try. He's died and restarted this moment over and over, trying to find a path where Noet lives. But every timeline leads here. Every path ends with Noet's death. Noet realizes it too. She reaches out, touching his face. It reminds him of the old days playing pixel games together. Battle royales where she'd hide and watch him dominate. The Among Us style social deduction games where he was the only one she could trust. She's crying now, but she's smiling. I want you to win. You saved me once. Now it's my turn. Keep moving forward, Min. That's the spark he needed. He realizes that reloading a save isn't a cheat code, it's a burden. It's the responsibility of seeing everyone die over and over until you find the one path to victory. He lifts his sword. He's not doing this for himself anymore. Noet, sacrifice. Noet leaps into the air, her body dissolving into a blinding white light. The system screams, teammate Noet has died. Team disbanded. The light floods Min, dragging him out of the darkness. He's been knighted by her sacrifice. He's no longer just a player, he's an eternal lighthouse of energy. The system pings like crazy. Queen's sacrifice received. All attributes boosted. Temporary skill, mental disturbance, blue rank, swordsmanship level 9, strategy, 600 Prus, Huchindi 5. The energy from Jolia's attack slams into him, but Min doesn't even move. He just swings his sword strategy suppression, mental resistance, move break, and slices the attack in half. Annie is down to 95 AP, and Min is at 60. It's just the kings now, no more pieces, no more rules, just a 1v1 in the middle of the arena. Annie tries one last desperate move, charging a magic orb. She thinks because she's long range, she's safe. Min just cuts through her magic like it's butter. He steps into her blue flames, the heat searing his flesh, but he doesn't stop. He's using his bare hands to protect the blade of his sword. Annie is terrified. You're a monster. You don't feel pain. You're insane. Strategy suppression. Min's blade finds its mark. Annie slumps over, blood gushing from her throat. Her last sight is Min's cold, unyielding face. World chessboard cleared. Calculating evaluation, Min stands among the wreckage. He's the first player. He's the king of this graveyard. He gets his rewards, the Aurora Ring, Luck 3, and the Snow Dwarf Sword, a blue rank blade that eats dark-type creatures to level up. His body is repaired by the system, his severed arm knitting back together. But he doesn't have time to celebrate. He picks up his jacket, wraps the sword in it, and heads for the Hong Kong Central Hospital. He needs to find the Do file bag to finish the puzzle. As he grinds through the hospital, his stats are now up. He's level 62. His clone has a combat power of 380. For context, the strongest guy anyone knew had a power of 300. Min's clone is basically a lawnmower, shredding through waves of zombies like a hot knife through butter. He runs into Trang Hak, who's practically shaking in his boots. He gives Min the great god treatment, but Min isn't interested in the hype. He just tosses Trang a purple antidote bottle like it's trash. Trang is stunned. This stuff is worth a fortune. He realizes Min has either already won the game or has nothing left to lose. Min reaches the basement file room. He hears a voice from behind a rolling shutter. It's a woman named Niu Ha. She's been trapped in there for days, scared out of her mind. Min opens the door, but his eyes aren't on her. They're on the walls. Black handprints are everywhere. And then, with a twisted, glitchy smile that would make a horror movie villain jealous, Do appears right behind her. The real game is just beginning. What do you think, man? Is Min becoming the lighthouse humanity needs? Or is he just becoming a different kind of monster to survive of this mess. You remember that basement, right? That dark, damp hole where we left off? Well, Dodo is standing right there in front of Menon, looking all different. She's staring at him with those big, innocent Puss-in-Boots eyes, the kind of eyes that would make a normal dude melt and hand over his life savings. But our Mac man, he's made of straight granite. He doesn't budge. The little girl whispers, "Bro, since you made it all the way here, be a pal and solve the one problem that's been living rent-free in my head forever. Tell me, who's the little girl picking mushrooms in the story?" Suddenly, the system goes haywire. Prompts and notices start popping up like crazy. It's like a speedrun world record is on the line. But Min, he's chilling. He just stares back at her while she gives him that weird, uncanny smile. You know, the kind people give you when they're about to ask for your Netflix password. Nuaha is losing her mind in the corner. She's been in this room for days. And now this nightmare fuel of a kid just spawns out of nowhere? It's like opening your closet and seeing a 5-foot lizard staring back at you. Absolute glitch in the Matrix. Finn breaks the silence, his voice deeper and more serious than a heart attack. "I used to think that mushroom-picking girl was you, Dodo. I thought the virus grabbed you, turned you into a monster, and you started using the whole city as a giant mushroom farm, basically turning everyone into fertilizer for your garden." He pauses, letting the tension simmer. "But then I found 2 different antidotes. The purple one and the colorless one. The purple stuff could cure the zombie toxin in a guy like Trang Hack, but the colorless one was specifically for Noah's mushroom rashes. Basically, one's for a death sentence, and the other's for a bad case of hives." His eyes narrow. This apocalypse isn't just about some mushroom virus, is it? The system windows start pinging like crazy. Accuracy confirmed. 10-10 big brain play. Dodo giggles, that high-pitched, creepy kid giggle. "Spot on, bro. But why isn't there just one vaccine?" Min doesn't even have to think, because the mushroom virus is a sleeper. It stays latent in the body, just vibing like I do on a Sunday morning. To kill it, you have to develop the vaccine on a zombie first, and cultivate it in the colorless liquid. If Noah had eaten the mushroom cake and skipped the colorless juice, she would have slow rolled into a zombie. The girl's smile never wavers. "So, why did my big sister turn into a zombie the second the world ended?" Min rubs his chin, thinking about the logic. "If I'm tracking this right, it's about the sun, isn't it?" UV exposure. The system pings again. Logic check. Passed. The mushroom virus hates sunlight. The colorless bottle is a band-aid for the mushroom virus, Min explains, his voice steady. "But that purple bottle, that's the goat. That's the perfect vaccine that nukes both the zombie toxin and the mushroom virus at the same time." Dodo claps her hands. "Wow, bro, you're actually cracked. 10 trillionic move right there." But Min isn't done. He pulls out that file bag he found in the library, the one with the 2 photos. One of a living girl, one of, well, something else. The purple liquid, it's not some lab-grown chemical. It's your blood, isn't it? The girl's eyes flash. "My blood? What, am I an eggplant now? Why would it be purple?" Min lays it out, cold and hard. "Because you were the miracle. You had the natural resistance, and the hospital director your own father wanted to save the world so bad that he turned his own kid into a science project. He put you on that operating table and harvested you like a crop. He literally squeezed the life out of you too. Save everyone else." He looks her dead in the eye. The director is the real mushroom-picking girl. Niwaha is literally covering her mouth, shaking. I thought she was the devil, but she was just the victim. This is messed up." Min doesn't let up. "You didn't die from domestic violence. You died under a surgical knife held by your own dad. He didn't want to kill you, but the weight of saving humanity crushed his soul. And now you're reborn as the primal sin. You're the most perfect perpetrator in this game." Min looks back at his own. Memories the ones he saw when he died in the previous loop. He saw the director and his wife as zombies in the basement. They tried to save everyone with Dodo's blood, but they failed. The vaccine didn't stabilize. The purple blood just leaked everywhere, and the very people who sacrificed their daughter became the monsters they were trying to fight. Talk about a De Nirum level fail. After a long, heavy silence, the kid snaps her fingers. "Precisely, big brother. My parents traded my life for a maybe, so I took theirs. It's only fair. No regrets." Min nods. "Yeah, I get it. This whole mess started with that rabbit boss. That bunny is the root of all evil." Niwaha is crying now. It's too cruel. She was his daughter. Min turns to her, his expression unreadable. He thought sacrificing one girl to save the world was the right thing. He didn't take her life for fun. He did it because of the pressure of everyone's expectations. Even if he'd succeeded, he would have lived in hell. From a normal moral standpoint, you feel bad for her. But in the grand scheme of things, the one for the many has no right or wrong. It just is. He looks at Niwaha. "But let's get real. If this wasn't Dodo, but just some random kid who lost everything in an apocalypse, would you still feel this much sympathy? People only care when it's shoved in their faces." While Min is dropping philosophy bombs over on the Hall of Fame, Mizushima too is sweating bullets. You can't keep up with Annie or lose Shu in a fistfight, so she's betting everything on her demon intelligence. She's frantically gathering clues, trying to dodge the world chessboard stage because she knows she'll fail it. The chat is roasting her. "Hurry up, the Mika's already doing the deduction." Min is 90% done. Mizushima is about to get clapped. She's fuming. "I don't care about the fame, I just want the win." She's holding her 2 antidote bottles, convinced she's the smartest person in the room. Ding dong. System announcement. Player Sumanon is the first to achieve 100% perfect stage clear. Mizushima literally stomps her foot. "Damn it, I was right there, one step away." Back in the room, Min is wrapping it up. The director was selfish too. He gave the perfect vaccine to Dodo, hoping she'd be immune forever. But he ran out of time to take it himself. He turned, and Dodo couldn't handle the dose. She became the monster that controls the zombies. He looks at the scales of life. Everyone sacrificed something. Everyone was wrong, and yet no one was. If they'd succeeded, no one would have cared about the one dead girl. Life's scales are always imbalanced, just like my bank account at the end of the month. System, final deduction progress, 100%, accuracy, perfect. Dodo smiles a real, genuine smile this time. I thought a kind big brother would at least have some sympathy for me. Min just narrows his eyes. Sympathy is useless. They stand face to face. Congratulations, bro, she says. You cleared the peaceful route. Perfect clear. System, peaceful route cleared. 26 hours until the world ends. Item received. Dodo's doll. Gift this to a dying person to make them your permanent companion. Zombie besties? Yes, please. Medicine received. Dodo. Take this to the research center to mass produce the vaccine. Honor points. 50 moment of commemoration. Title unlocked. Do you want to publish your achievement? The system asks. Min doesn't even blink. Publish. The absolute flex. Across town, Lushu sees the announcement. A lighthouse, he mutters. So that's what he meant. He releases a swarm of lethal insects that shred every zombie in his path. I'll follow a guy like that. Someone who actually stands for justice, even if he's a bit of a jerk about it. Back in the room, Dodo hands Min one last thing. A reward for being a genius. A perfect antidote. If there's someone you actually want to save, use it. Min takes it and walks away without looking back. Niuaha is left standing there, confused. Dodo turns to her. Big sister, there are 50,000 instances of the city, but only one can have a perfect clearer. You missed your shot. Niuaha just nods and runs after Min. Wait for me. She stops dead when she smells smoke. The boutique behind them is on fire. Through the flames, she sees Dodo standing there, waving happily. The girl runs toward two unconscious bodies in the fire, her grandparents. Grandma! She cries, tears streaming down her face, a satisfied smile on her lips. Then, the fire swallows everything. World 1 apocalypse. Unsalvageable ending save. Min watches the fire, clutching the Duna samples. Research center. Vaccine. No more fear. Niuaha catches up, looking all shy. Hey, thanks for saving me. I don't know how to pay you back. I mean, do you need money or something? Min just points at her. Niuaha blushes hard. Wait, you're too young for no. Min cuts her off. I want the gun. Niuaha blinks. Oh, right, the pistol. She hands it over. Equipment received. Pistol. Requires basic gun skill level 1. Min looks at the hunk of metal. What's your level? Level 3, she says. I practiced in the real world. It's easy. I'll show you. The chat starts buzzing. Wait, is the great god a noob at shooting? He's a student, of course he doesn't know guns. Niuaha starts giving him the full breakdown feat shoulder width apart. Grip the trigger guard, search fire stance. It takes years of practice to hit a moving target, so don't be discouraged if you miss. Min listens, takes the stance and bang. One shot, straight through a zombie's head a block away. Headshot, instant kill. He looks at the gun like he just swatted a fly. System, basic gun skill level 1 learned. Combat power, 2045 ES2 of pro status achieved. Niuaha's jaw is on the floor. I guess geniuses really do exist. The chat is losing it. He's a secret noble. He's a cultivation lord. Min just shrugs. I have 30 spirit points. Locking onto a target is math. The shot was lucky. He looks at her. Debt's paid. Goodbye. Niuaha panics. Wait, don't leave me. She realizes she's in the middle of a war zone with no gun and 0 survival skills. Her boss lady act is gone. I can't survive alone. Min stops. You can come. Okay. She's sticking to him like glue now. They head to a park where Min summons his clone. Niuaha is staring at it. People say this thing has 400 combat power. That's double mine. It literally one-shotted Annie. The silence is awkward. Min looks at her. Sorry, I forgot you were there. You can sit, wait for the world to end. Just make sure no one sneaks up on you while I'm training. Niuaha sits, watching him. Every zombie in the park is already a pile of ash thanks to the clone. Meanwhile, at a temporary shelter in a kindergarten, things are bleak. People are starving. A mom is begging for food for her kid. Minister Trang Hak is trying his best, but the supplies are running low. Everyone gets the same, he says, handing out scraps. No special treatment. The supermarkets are full of zombies. People are losing it. I want out. I'm done with this game. Trang Hak pulls out the purple bottle Min gave him. Look, we have the vaccine. We just need to research it. There's hope. But the crowd doesn't see hope. They see a single ticket out. Their eyes turn red with greed. Who gets it? My son was first in quarantine. Save my brother. He was a hero. Trang Hak sighs. I'm giving it to Old Tan. He's ASD. He's our only chance to mass produce it. The crowd isn't having it. BDs don't matter. This is a game. Suddenly, a shadow looms behind Trang Hak. Crack. Someone hits him over the head with a club. He goes down, clutching his skull. You guys stop. A young punk grabs the bottle. Finally, it's mine. Clack. A shoe hits him in the face. The bottle flies into the air. A hand catches it. It's Manon. The mech has arrived. Are these people even worth saving? Min asks, looking at the greedy mob. Trang Hak stumbles up. They're citizens. I'm a soldier. It's my job. Min tosses the bottle back to him. Your call, Fina. He turns his back to the mob, his voice cold. I'll clear the perimeter. You do your thing. Trang Hak runs inside to save Old Tan. He looks back and sees Min standing there like a god, keeping the desperate crowd at bay. Every zombie nearby is dead. The shelter is now a fortress. The residents recognize him. Number 1, you're the top player. Go to the supermarket and get us more food. Protect us. Min looks back, his eyes like ice. The entrance is clear. If you have the guts to pick up a weapon, you don't need a protector. You want to live? Go earn it. You don't belong in a shelter if you're not willing to fight. But we're weak. You're the best. You have to help us. We're all from the same country, right? And that purple stuff, you got more. Save my kid. Save my friend. Min slams a combat knife into the ground between them. The room goes silent. Anyone who can drive this blade through their own palm gets the antidote, Min says, his voice flat. If you're betting your life on these people you love, a little stab wound shouldn't be a problem, right? The crowd turns pale. You're crazy, just give it to us. Min shakes his head. No, this is a generous offer. If you really love them as much as you say, what's a little hole in your hand? No one moves, not a single person. The silence is the loudest thing in the room. Guess love has its limits when there's a blade involved.